With that,
I'm good.
We're
all the
live.
popcorn.
Hello, everyone. Oh, you'll never know what we were laughing
Yep.
We always come in cracking
What
up.
happens backstage stays
Stays
backstage.
backstage. Exactly. And we have
Mhm.
Morgan popped in to say hello.
Hi.
Jenna the Soul Writer says hello and smash the like button. Yes, thank you, please.
I have
Eva,
popcorn.
you're here. She has popcorn just for you, Eva.
Well, it was more for Jenna because she said that every time I'm on, I have popcorn and it makes her want popcorn. So
I had you remember Crunch and Munch?
I
Oh.
I
love
had
Crunch
that,
and Munch.
had some
Yeah.
the week before last. I was just in Walmart and saw some, and I was like, "Ooh, let me get this." And I thought of you when I got. I was like, well, "It's not the kind of popcorn Tiffany gets, but you know, it's popcorn." And Barrett saw it in my blog. He said, "Tiffany would approve."
I would.
It was
Although,
so
in
good.
all fairness, I make better caramel
Hi,
popcorn,
Esther.
but I get what you're going with.
You make your
The
own caramel
cooking
corn?
king is here.
I make my own caramel corn.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
Yes, I
Do
do.
you,
popcorn
do you need my
earlier.
mailing address? Do you?
Oh, speaking
We
of
have something coming up, Gwynna. You'll get
Savion.
them.
Okay, great. Great.
After
You know
the
what I'm
first
talking
print,
about.
I know what you're talking about.
after this first print, Savion, I'm gonna show you. Your journal came in today. I got it on Monday, and it came in today. It looks really good. So, but it's in the other room. So after the first print, I'll go get it so y'all can see, so everyone can see it. But it looks really good. I love it.
Really cool.
And it's like a textured cover or something. Like it feels like it's almost like velvet or something. It's not velvet, but it kind of feels similar to that.
Velvety.
Crunchy Munch.
Oh, is it that soft cover?
Yes, but I love it.
those.
I'll be here in a bit, friends. Yes, thank
That
you.
those soft covers like really fulfill like my touch needs, you know,
Yes.
like my sensory stuff.
Yes.
Ah, like you touch them, like you just want to rub it on your face. You know what I mean? Like,
They feel really good.
Unsubbed. You almost unsubbed today. Yeah, because that's 666. that
Oh, yeah.
I hate that. You know what's funny is it had went up to 668 and then it went up to 669 and I was like, oh, okay, and then it went down to 666 again. I was like, oh well, I lost 3. Oh well.
who unsubs people? You know what I mean?
People cleaning up their subscription list because I actually need.
I have a bunch that I need to unsub.
I got like 3. I'm subscribed to 300 something people, and I don't watch all of them. So, but I can't bear.
I'm subscribed to folks that don't even put out content.
Yeah,
like they stopped putting out content.
Yeah, I've got some that they've stopped
wave.
putting out content too. I'm like, I think I've only got like 140 something. I was looking today. Because there was someone who and this bugs me to no get out when I know I'm subbed to somebody and I'm like, didn't they say that? And I go to look and I'm not subbed to them. I'm like, I know I was subbed to them. So sometimes those losses of subs is YouTube messing with you, I think.
Yeah.
YouTube's a control.
Like, why do y'all give it and then take it away?
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm the same, Morgan. I don't unsub from anyone.
I don't.
Yeah,
I have 300 or something.
I rarely unsub. You gotta like turn into a crappy person for me to unsub. I mean, but if you turn into a crappy person, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to see your stuff anymore.
Oh, you made it! Just finished sending SD Houston a video for Saturday. Give notes before posting it. On nice. It's almost here, Jenna. Are y'all ready? I started following on this profile since live stream stole the subscription page. I couldn't find content easily anymore. Oh, you mean they stole the subscription page? Hi. Hello. Look, I'm gonna stop. Gwynna got me doing this now.
I always feel like a little lizard with like its little fins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm on another level today.
We need to play a game of whose wave is this? And you're like, whose
wave?
We'll
know who. Oh, that's Chandra. Then do you have a wave?
I used to be like, hey, like crazy. Now I've like calmed it down.
I don't know if I have a specific wave.
You have to pop.
It's
Oh, yeah.
popcorn.
Who's this?
Yeah, I have unsubscribed to some people.
It's the way you
I have-
lean into a shoulder as you eat the popcorn for me. Like, you don't just eat popcorn, like, shoving it in your mouth. Like, it's the popcorn.
I do.
Every bite. It's
With the
iconic.
head tilt just a touch.
A touch.
Look, Morgan, I agree. I have unsubscribed from some people when I saw them post some racist stuff. I'm like, oh, so
Yeah.
that's who you are. Unsubscribe. Thank
Yeah,
you
they
for
will
letting me
think
know.
That I will say I've done. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you for letting me know.
behaving badly will get you an unsub from me. But other than that, I mean, unless you say unsubscribe because I'm taking down the channel or something, then I'm like, I don't unsubscribe.
Before I leave a vacation, other than when is your vacation? You taking a vacation before the conference or?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. So you're gonna
Yeah.
go get relaxed before you stress yourself out with the conference.
Good for her.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's like a baby moon.
It's to get
You know, where you
relaxed.
take
Oh my God.
a vacation before you have a baby. Isn't that what people do? I don't know.
Yes. Not
Listen,
enough.
I've been on
people.
one vacation in my life, and I'll be
Just-
honest. Who has the money for a vacation right before a child?
You know what? I agree, but
People who are paying a lot.
but I will say this. Well, I wasn't married when, well, I've never been married, so obviously I wasn't married. But when I had my daughter, it was just me. So there was no taking vacations. But since you are married, if if y'all have a child, take the vacation before, because you probably won't get one after.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just, I think it's smart now looking at it, because before I used to say, who's
vacations after? Yeah,
But-
vacations after are different. They're just different.
They're about making
They're
the
more
baby happy
kid-focused.
instead of.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good advice.
And then,
Thank you,
and
Mom.
then anything that you want to do is going to revolve around. You've got to work around child. Even if you take a vacation and you think you and your husband are like, oh, we want to have, a date night while we're on vacation. Who's going to watch your kid? So all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we always vacationed every year that we had kids. I think, yeah, every year since that we had kids, we always vacationed.
Really?
But, it was just after post children, it was just very different.
Yeah.
And then once the kids hit a certain age, it changes because there's more freedom. And then once the kids are teenagers, it's like, just give me your itinerary so I know where you're at. We'll meet up here. It's great.
So you only got about like 15 years of dealing with them.
Yeah.
On vacation.
It says only.
It goes by it goes by shockingly fast. So.
But it's like when you have a kid, you never stop being a parent, even when they're grown. So it's just always going to be different.
If you're like my family, then they have kids, and then you go on vacation with your grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Then you get to a certain age where they start looking at you like, I can't go with you. I mean,
oh yeah, the cool vacations, the kids always want to go with you.
Hi, Tidra. Oh yes, congratulations, Jen, on y'all anniversary. 10 years. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
10 years married or 10 years together, Jenna?
I think this is their vow renewal.
It's 10 years married.
It's vow renewal, so I think
10 years
married.
10-year wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
Woo!
That's
Listen,
awesome.
I've had mine for 5, and like, how are you doing it, baby? We've been together 10, but like married 5. And I'll be honest,
why I choose
it's hard out here.
This is why I choose to.
She's like, it's hard in this house. Forget the streets.
I like his income.
Wow.
He's tolerable.
I mean, at least you're honest.
I do love him. I want to give him up for anything.
Okay, not to start our hot
Same.
topics off early,
You know
but
what's
did y'all
funny?
see the article with the guy who said that he wrote an article talking about how he married his wife and he was only planning on being with her, I want to say it was like for 3 years.
He only married her for the money?
Or 5 years in order to build up enough credit, I guess, in the marriage or whatever, to divorce her and then live off of the alimony for the rest of his life.
I think I heard about that article. I think they were talking about that on The View, but I haven't read it.
I was like, come on, bro.
That's
Good
terrible.
for him.
But then he's like, they fell in love and he wants to
Okay,
stay
he's
with
honest about
her.
it though. He's honest about it.
I mean, does she know?
Apparently
She
now
do
that he
now.
wrote an article.
Oh,
She do
she wasn't
now. She
aware of
didn't
the situation
before.
going in.
I mean,
I
if
don't know if
it's
she
if
knew
it's a
that
deal,
when
if
it
she's
went
like, I just
in.
need, if she's like, I need a husband for 3 years, and he's like, I can do that. You know,
Yeah,
I
is it
need
a
the
green
credit
card
and some
situation?
alimony, and it's a deal. That's one
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
But if
I don't
The
think
she's
green
she
going
knew
card
ahead of
thing?
time.
this is forever, and he's just using her to get credit and then alimony, no.
But is it
Yeah.
a green card situation?
No,
Okay.
it was. I think he said it was just for the money.
Mm-mm.
But then they fell in
Wow.
love, and now he wants to stay.
Yeah.
That's an enemies
one
to
I heard about.
romance, enemies to lovers trope right there, if I've ever heard of it.
I mean, if she decides she wants to stay with him after knowing that he only married her for her money, hey, have at it.
I thought they knew going in, which is why I was like, good for him, you know?
No, I don't think she knew.
Yikes.
She knew when he wrote that damn article.
Yeah,
if
she
they're
didn't
still
know
married.
before. She knew then.
I wonder if they're still married. Is it mutual deal? More power to them. If he manipulated her feelings, then that's horrible. Yeah. That is horrible. Hi, cool gamer.
I was just watching my sister-in-law watches this show Afflicted, and I was cooking dinner last night, and there's one episode where this girl had been like struggling with some health issues for like years, but they got married and the health issues came on right after, and this guy ended up dedicating 5, 6, 7 years of his life to taking care of her. I mean, like hundreds of thousands of dollars just in her medical expenses. Picking her up and taking her to the restroom 3 times a day, every day. That sort of deathly ill. He was madly in love with her, just wanted to care for her. She got better and left him the next month.
Something else had to have been going on.
I've heard of that before. I've heard of that before.
How did she feel
All
about
videoed. There was nothing else there. She just got better and she said, I don't love you anymore. And she left.
But was he upset? Like, was he addicted to the taking care of her part? Because there are some men like that who just want someone to take care of someone that needs them.
From what I saw, it didn't seem to be the case, because it seemed like he was really struggling to keep taking care of her, right? Like it was a daily emotional burden.
Oh, thank you, cool gamer.
But like I was wowed. Wow, I was floored.
Outrageous. I have a married friend who gets disability, but she can't post photos doing radical things like climbing a ladder on.
Yep.
Well, wait, but oh yeah. Never mind. I understand.
I have a friend she has a chronic one of those fibromyalgia, and so she's on disability. And we were gonna go bowling, and she was like, "I can't go bowling because if somebody gets a picture of me, they could take my disability."
Mm-hmm.
Not that she can't bowl.
It's like they really sometimes treat you that if you have a chronic, because I have a chronic disability. I have severe nerve damage on one side. I don't collect any disability because I can't teach my fitness classes if I do.
Exactly.
And it's like I can still
that's why social media is dangerous.
Yeah. So
I wonder if she left him around her because he was taking care of her when no one else was.
That was the impression I got.
That's really I'm gonna say
it was more she just kept him around because she had nobody else. But not that he wasn't like maybe controlling. Did she feel controlled? No.
She said there was no issues in the relationship. She still liked him as a human being. She just no longer loved him and didn't want
But she did at one time though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe his being so madly in love with her, maybe she felt like she was being smothered.
Or maybe something about the caretaking just kind of like changed the dynamics for her to where she's like, okay, this person is like a nurse.
But see, to me, I feel like if you love somebody and they put in that type of time and invested that type of energy, like maybe let's try counseling first before it's just like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
A lot of rational.
Hope you do better.
I'm just not going. I hear too many horror stories. I just don't want to get married. I'm good. I'm just like, My friends keep like, when you gonna get married? I'm sorry, I haven't seen any evidence that it's a good idea.
I just met with somebody about their daughter's wedding, and she goes, and this is the second child that I've done their pictures. And she goes, oh, and then in 2 months, we're gonna need you. And I was like, for who else? And she's like, for me and him. And I was like, aren't y'all married? Like, I met y'all 6 years ago. Didn't he call you his wife? She was like, no, we just act like it. We've been together for like 25. She said even the kids, when they told them they were getting married, they were like, I thought y'all were married.
Damn.
Marriage is something unique, I have to say. I'm not necessarily always sold on the idea of monogamy being the only way humans operate. But when you find a person you want to share your life with,
I no longer want to see this movie now. That's how it is?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep.
Oh no. Oh, never mind. I don't even want to see it now.
man,
See, more evidence that I don't need to get married. More evidence. Just, I mean, I don't knock marriage because I've seen some people who are happily married, but I don't think
my aunt and uncle have been together for 50-something years, and I told them all the time, I'm like, you're the healthiest marriage I've ever seen, and I'm not real sure you're all that healthy.
Damn, Tiffany.
No,
I mean, they will usually admit it.
Yeah, my husband and I, we've been married for well over 20 years, and sometimes it's like, yeah, that's not even worth arguing. He's like, yeah, nah. He's like, we're not going to argue. We've done this too long. I'm not going to argue about that. That's just ridiculous. And we just keep on rolling.
Like they'll argue, and then in the same breath, she'll be like, Pookie, do you want me to make you something to eat?
Me.
I see the benefits of marriage. Like, I don't know if I could be with somebody 20-something years and not be married, because there are benefits. I don't mean to sound, I don't mean to make it sound like it's a contract, but marriage is a contract. But like, if something happens to that person, or medically something happens, if you're not married, you have no say over what goes on medically. You can't sign anything. You can't make any decisions for them. You need to be married. So for reasons like that, I don't know if I could be with somebody 20-something years.
I've heard stories of people who, like, they were together, say like 20 years, 30 years, 50 years even, but they weren't married. And like the person died and the kids didn't like her. So they took everything and she was left with like absolutely nothing.
Stuff like that happens too. Yep.
That would scare the crap out of me. Thank you, Margaret.
Yeah, I'm excited for your debut video. He's popping up on my screen.
Does it? Yay! I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I've also clicked it like 3 times because I keep thinking it's actually live.
She said, girl, it is a contract. I got my name on the dang dotted line to prove it. Yep.
It is a contract. It's a financial obligation as well, you know.
I tell you, a lot of people don't talk about married. That them vows say in sickness and in health till death do us part. So either you down or I'm dying. That's the only way we breaking up.
Well, but I also think too, like sometimes I feel like people, because it's become such a romantic notion with marriage, they do forget that that's how it started out, was that it was a business deal. Like it wasn't about love or even liking the person. So let's like maybe look at some other stuff past, oh, he just makes my heart flutter.
I'm not gonna lie, I had when I was a little girl, I had a whole picture perfect. Me and my little girl until early college years, me and one of my best girlfriends, we actually had notebooks where we cut out pictures from magazines of what things we wanted in our wedding. I mean, we had the whole wedding binder together, and just all of that means nothing now. I wanted the whole Cinderella type of wedding. My dress would not be white. It would be like the sky blue type of blue that she had in the Cinderella movie. That's the color my wedding dress would be. Yeah, I had the whole thing planned out in my head. Now I'm just
you would look so good in that sky blue.
Oh,
I had a wedding at one time planned out in my head when I was a kid, and I remember telling my cousin about it, and I had like bridesmaids and like matrons of honor and like groomsmen and ushers and like
So
all
how
kinds
you
of
feel
stuff.
about the groomsmen?
And finally, my cousin goes, "You're not gonna have guests because everybody's in the wedding."
Yep.
Did you have the groom? Like,
Yeah, he was there.
Can we harp
You know
on
what?
Margaret, her 620 comment dynastic strategy?
oh,
I'm
hold
just
on.
saying, if you're not building a family fortune, what are you doing in marriage? You're not building something
A
with
legacy.
someone
Yes. Totally understand that.
make an impact on this world. What are you doing?
I don't know. And with that, I feel like it's a really good segue in time for a Fritz. How about that? Me, Gwynna, perfect.
Yeah.
You're going to be a natural. Oh, wait a minute first. Hi, Laura. Okay. And now.
I waved, Laura. You just couldn't see me past your name, so hi.
And with that, everyone, hope you're ready to write. That is what we're here for, I think. But
Really?
thank you. What? Yes. Go.
Fine.
Okay. How did everybody do? Loki!
Ah! It's a pretty boy.
He just wants snacks.
Oh,
He knows I've got him up here somewhere, so he's looking for them.
he's like,
Don't we all?
Oh, he's so cute. Loki.
I love his little face.
It's so wrinkly.
I know.
Look at all his skinny wrinkles.
Oh, Loki. Loki has fans. Loki has fans.
Of course he does.
Hi, Victoria. Esther says, I have food. Yes, he is. Did some beta reading. Oh, speaking of Savion, you have been wrenched. So if you want to drop a link to your journal, hold up, let's see if I forget how to do this. There we go. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that is
Nice.
Very nice.
yes, and I know the lighting is not going to be good for the inside.
There you go.
There you are.
Oh.
It's really pretty. I love it.
Nice.
Okay, enough of me. Yeah, so Savion, you should be wrenched, and if you drop the link, so people can get this lovely, beautiful journal, and I really like it and can't wait to use it. Loki is the new 5th. I know, Barrett, you're being X'd out by Loki.
Is that a competition?
Huh?
Uh-oh.
Is it a competition?
No, I'm just joking.
But
I was saying, the pets always win.
Yeah, like all Barry has to do is put Briley on cam.
Tis true.
Pup to pup.
Got a few paragraphs revised during that. Yay! I like the flower being in the same on the inside. Yes, it's beautiful. It's really pretty. 241 and laundry. Yes. Way to multitask.
Hop down. Oh my gosh.
He's wilding out over there.
He really just wants to he's been either wanting to get his snacks or climb higher. And I'm like, I'm as high as you can get. This is it. I don't know where he thinks he's going to go. This is as high as we go. He is part cat, yes.
And there we have the journal. Let me see if I can pin it to the
I'm trying to do swish, but he refuses. I'm so sorry. Okay. Just got pugtail, that's all.
Okay, so I pinned it to the top of the chat. So if y'all would like to acquire the journal, added new mercy. Nice.
All right, get down, go play. You got to
Loki. Oh yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Eva. Tiffany, what did you work on? I'm sorry.
I worked on trying to figure out why Gwynna got none of my comments on her work that I updated, trying to find them, and I can't find them, so I may have to put them all back in. I don't remember what I wrote.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Google,
like,
why?
You don't remember where you put them at all?
I can't find, like, every time I open up the ones that I did, the comments are showing up that I added. So I went under like the comment section to see if I could find them. I did all the different stuff I could think of, and then I just gave up and just started finishing up episode 3.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Maybe it's under your downloads. Maybe you downloaded it and did it offline.
Desiree says, bad Google, bad.
I didn't do it offline. Oh, I wonder if maybe it would show up on my phone, though. Because I do have Google on my phone. If it tells me on here, I could just read them to you.
Oh, there you go.
But for some reason, yeah, it's like none of them were showing up. Oh, that's not you. That's somebody else I critiqued.
maybe next weekend. I'm excited. Yay, Eva.
Ooh, yay.
Oh, hugs, Tiffany. Huge
Yeah.
hugs.
I hate it when work goes to waste.
I know.
Oh, see.
It never feels the same when you have to do it the second time. It always feels like
Right? Because they're not fresh. They're not the fresh thoughts that you had.
Wait a minute.
Did you find it? Did you find it?
I found it. Oh, wait, which one is this one?
Hype us up for nothing.
Yeah.
Yes, I found the second one. How do I get this view?
Nice, yay.
Or maybe just Google hasn't got caught up with itself from one platform to the from the
Or
phone.
maybe it's locally saved on her phone and not on her computer.
Okay.
Tiffany won
all of my notes from the second one.
I'll take what I can get. I'm just grateful you read it.
It seems like I can't find.
Jenna said, Tiffany 1, Tech Gremlins 0.
I found one!
Yay!
Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know. I'm just sharing them all to you, Gwynna. I don't know if this is making it work.
Okay.
Nia, what did you get done, or was you just preoccupied with Loki?
I was mostly preoccupied with Loki. Then my son came to talk to me for a few minutes. And then I got the last of my laundry in, and I do have my document open. So things happened. Yeah, things happened. I positioned myself to work now.
There you go. Tiffany, it worked.
Yes.
Margaret said, we as writers understand phrases like locally saved.
I felt like it was great stuff.
I'll read it over on the next sprint. Thank you.
Okay, so then, okay, good. So now all I do still have to do is finish 3, and then you're okay.
Gwynna, what did you get done?
What did I do?
Yes.
I was assisting her in figuring out whether or not.
Okay.
And then
I kept emailing her. I was like, "Did you get it? Did you get it?"
But I was also putting the finishing touches on my website.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I know. I'm scared as shit.
Oh, we already love you, so
thanks.
Okay,
I didn't like that. That thanks, like, yeah, whatever.
I meant it.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm going to pop over to JD's channel for his live stream.
Cool.
Oh, bye, Margaret. That's laughing at us. Everyone's laughing at us. Oh God, I just reminded myself of the Carrie movie, which I hate.
Oh, that does remind me that.
When I was 4, I watched Carrie for the first time. Was I 4 or was I 8? I think
so
I might
you
have been
remember
8.
the part where she said they're all gonna laugh at you.
One of my cousin's favorite lines.
Watch it because I've never liked horror, so I stayed in my bedroom. But I lived in like lofts, and I shared a room with all of my siblings, and all my siblings were out watching it. And there was this one little window in the loft right above my bedroom that looked out over the stairs and into the living room area. And I saw the bloodbath on the last scene, and it was scarring.
Oh.
I dreamed about it for weeks.
Yeah. Okay. So see, you understand. See, a lot of people don't understand why that movie scares me, or creeps me out, whatever way you want to put it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I was like, I was fine until it gets to the part where her eyes bug out and they do this thing and everything starts moving.
Where she's looking around all crazy.
Yes. I'm like, oh, stop. And then with the whole bloodbath thing, and she rages out, and I'm like, oh, I can't take it. And then the hand that reaches out from the grave at the end, that just did be in, and I was like, I never want to watch this again, ever.
It's scary.
Exactly, it's
You hear a certain kind of person who quotes horror films, man.
My cousin does like that line that the line that JC mentioned. You can walk up to my cousin almost at any given time and be like, "Does this look right?" on me, and he'll go, "They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you."
Oh no!
You'd be like, "I
You
don't know
said
if
I
I
didn't
like
even
these
know Carrie was
shoes.
meant to
They're
be
all gonna
horror.
laugh at you."
Oh
There
my
are
God.
some people in this world who really have such a high tolerance for horror.
Well, I mean, in fairness, it's not really horrific and scary until you get to a certain point. For some reason,
This is true.
her eyes bugging out just really creeped me out. It didn't scare me. The blood stuff scared me, but her eyes popping out of her head like that it just creeped me out. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
It was like
Wow.
mostly boring, and for me, I thought it was all boring until the whole prom or homecoming or whatever the dance. Then it was
It
like,
wasn't boring because I sympathized with her. The bullying, being teased, and
Carrie
I
at the
sympathized
prom.
with that.
Barry, did
And-
you get a haircut?
No, I haven't.
It looks
taken a
like you got a
shower.
haircut.
I haven't taken a shower. It's briefly.
Says a lot about
And I
my
forgot to put on a hat. Oh no. But thank you. I
Barely
love
go long. Oh no.
so,
Welcome,
but yes,
Barry.
and Deidre's a new person on my website. I just saw you, so I'll have or subscriber. I'll have to subscribe back and go check out your stuff. Hi. Yeah, what did I miss? What are we talking about?
Carrie.
Oh,
my
the
tech
book?
issues and
Movie?
Carrie at the prom.
yeah,
Yeah.
I thought
We
I lost
talked
all
about-
of my notes for Gwynna.
yeah. We talked about finding notes,
What are we
being
talking
married, and Harry.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and
Yeah, we talked about it.
we showed off Savion's.
Oh, Savion's
journal.
Journal. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
It looks great.
Yeah.
I love that. I didn't even know you had it. I'll have to go get one.
Yes. And it's designed on the inside with the same flower that's on the cover. It's really nice.
I love it.
Chat has been tame.
Well, let's,
No, we said that
Didn't
last
you say
time.
for you
and look what happened.
We said we were saving the hot spicy stuff for later.
Knock on wood.
isn't it later? I'm like an hour late. Like when is later?
Well, we only did one sprint, so
Yeah. I think we've got to get at least one more in before we go off the rails.
One more, please.
yes.
That's okay. I'll still subscribe for when you come back.
Oh,
Thank
yes,
you.
they're great.
Thank
They're
you.
great, Deidre. And
Oh, we
Gwynna,
talked about being excited for Gwynna's stream.
Yes.
On Friday.
and her video that premieres too.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, when did your video premiere?
8:45 on Friday, so it should be on the tail end of Savion's stream, right in between his and mine.
Okay.
Love it. I'll be there.
Right.
Yay!
Wait a minute, 8:45.
Wait, 8:45 a.m. or p.m.
PM.
I thought it
Yeah,
said
Yeah, that's what I
a.m.
was like. I think that's P. When,
I
what's
thought it said
stream?
a.m. on the.
It better be set up PM. I'm gonna go in and look
Are you
right
talking
now.
about the video or the live stream?
Oh no, the live stream is set at 9 p.m.
Right.
Night.
But the video
Okay.
is
Could've
set
sworn I
at
thought- I could've
8:45.
sworn-
Yeah,
Okay.
8:45
I didn't realize you
PM.
were streaming that late. Okay.
Yeah, remember she said she was gonna do later
9 to
because
11 on Fridays and then
Fridays
7 to
because-
9.
Savion has his from 7 to 9.
But
she didn't
No,
wanna
I don't remember
interfere
that,
with
but
his.
okay.
Really?
I
We talked
love
about the
Savion so
scheduling
much.
and everything.
Why so early?
Huh?
It's so early. I'm like, why all the AM? Why? Morgan does it too. Morgan has like an 8 a.m. stream. And I'm like, oh, I love you, Morgan. Why am I here at 8 a.m.?
Person.
Speaking of night streams, Des just messaged me and said that she's going to be doing a night stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Invite me. If you're bringing on guests,
You-
call me.
You holding out on us? Really?
I'll
Well,
come.
out on the rest of us, because apparently not holding out on Tiffany.
Well, in all fairness, she just
I'm
messaged
just
me.
kidding.
What?
Are you though? Are you though?
Yes.
That one felt
She only
personal.
messaged me so that I could
No,
share
I'm
the
just
details.
Look, I'd have found out eventually when YouTube notified me.
That.
Meanwhile, I'm rarely up at 9 p.m.
Same.
Oh,
Often.
wow.
It'll be a bit of a push for me, but
No morning productivity. There is no productivity that happens in the morning except for me sleeping and trying to will myself awake because there's a baby that comes here in the morning. So Night owls need more streams for sure. Yes, we do. I had thought about when I initially started streaming, I thought about doing night streams. But then I realized I would never get Barrett to come on with me if I did that. So
I could send you video clips you could play in the middle.
Yeah.
Like I could send you like we could even fake conversations. You could have like a conversation where I could film my responses and you could just play them throughout the stream.
I love that.
I mean, if you want to do a promo ad for future things that you are doing, I'd be like, and here's this promo ad right here.
See, there we go. Sleeping is writing.
Which is writing, according to Barrett. I mean, if you dream while you sleep, yes.
Well, I'll get one, Savion. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Does AuthorTube need more streams?
I'm doing it for Camp Nano. I'm not sure how much streaming I'm going to be doing after July. We're going to give it a try.
Really.
Yeah.
It's all I can do to do the once a week. Yeah.
I set up my streams for Camp Nano, and then I realized why I stopped. I was like, my schedule is, I'm like, there's so many.
I truly don't know I don't know how Morgan did it every day. I really.
Oh, same.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Same. I would have quit, y'all. I'd have made it 7 days, and then I put up a post.
I don't know how even some of the bigger authors. I don't know how Kate Kavanaugh does it as many. She did downgrade to 3 streams a week now. But I don't know how she does it because 3 is a lot.
I mean, it's her full-time job though.
I was gonna say, is that all? I mean,
but
even she does other stuff. Like even as her full-time job, it's still 3 is a lot.
3 is a lot. And if you add on the two Patreon streams she does, technically it's more than that.
Oh,
she does streams for her Patreon fans only.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'm like, that's a lot. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
And she still got to edit the videos that she puts up.
Yes.
And
I don't know.
Doesn't she do like editing work or critique work for people or something?
Yeah, she does.
She does.
Yeah. So yeah.
I want to say I feel like I heard her say one time that she even was dabbling in video editing. So also, I mean, I might be wrong about that one, but I thought I heard her say it on a stream once that she's video editing something for someone. So
I feel like creators are just the sort of people who, you know, we put so much on our plate and then we realize it's a paper plate and things start falling off left and right.
Which is why she cut her normal Twitch streams down to 3, which, you know, she nicely blamed me for. Because we were talking backstage before the Shonda Rhimes live stream, and she was talking about how to adjust her schedule. And I was like, well, just cut it down to 3 and just do the 3. And she's like, you know what? I think I'm going to do that.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not like she was live streaming when she first started. We just watched her videos, or at least that's what I was watching, videos of her writing and doing. Like,
I never watched her live streams until after streaming with her with you on your show, Nia, React, AuthorTubers React. I only watched her videos. I never watched her live streams ever, just because they were times a day when I would usually be doing stuff. So I'd never I'd get the notification on Twitch, but I'd be like, oh, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or some random time, and I'd be like, oh,
yeah,
why not at 8 a.m. like Morgan's, where I can be half asleep, or 4 in the afternoon.
People complaining about it being early, or is it you like the early streams?
I do like them sometimes. It just depends.
Okay.
I couldn't do it for a month. I was like, holy Moses, that was a big commitment.
So Barrett, what are you working on today since you just came in?
Absolutely.
I just realized we didn't do any intros, but it's fine. You said what?
Barrett, are we still working?
What?
Are we still working? Or did that letter that we talked about get delivered?
It's rhetorical. Oh, I am still working.
Well, I didn't know if that was something we were saying out loud, so that's why I was trying to speak in code.
No, I understand. I had a meeting tonight where I really had told the chairman of the board, I was like, I'm going to resign if some things don't change. And so, but no, we have an agreement for now, so we'll see if everybody stays in their lanes.
Sit for now.
Going heretofore. But no, yes, I still am employed, but I'm like, what am I working on? Well, I'm exhausted. So I am just here to hang out a little. And I have a video premiering tomorrow for the LGBT Pride and Prejudice 2. It's an ungodly hour, you guys. I think it's like 6 a.m. or something. So I probably won't be in the chat.
Oh,
Spoiler alert.
either.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah.
It's my video.
Leave a comment.
I won't be there, but I'll catch you all in the comments later.
He's like, but I will love you in spirit.
Yes.
My mom. I guess lives are harder depending on how many you add onto your schedule. Like once a week is fine, but when you start adding to, I mean, I think
it also depends on. I think it depends too. Like, are you an outgoing person or are you not? Like, if this is like a lot of energy for you, then yeah, it's really hard. But if you're someone who feeds off this type of energy, then yeah, you're like, woohoo, let's keep going. So I think it depends on the type of person you are.
Yeah, I think for me, like, I like the accountability. I know that for when I'm on someone's live stream during that time that's dedicated to getting things done. So I like that aspect of it. And then I like the chatting in between because, it's mostly me and Loki here. And my kids are like bored with me most of the time. Unless they want something.
That was so sad.
Eva, hold up. She said I like a consistent 4 a.m. live.
Eva, you gotta host it then.
Hold up,
yeah, I'm like, none of us here are good for that.
There is a channel.
I'm not doing that.
Her name is AS. Oh gosh, I can't.
Rainier.
Is it AS Rainier?
Her lives are at 2 a.m. Her lives are at 2 a.m. So that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's because she's in Germany,
country.
so it's like,
she's in different, but it's 2 a.m. for us. So even if you want one of those, I don't know how you would be awake for it.
But probably asleep by then.
Like even I am asleep by then.
Yeah,
unless it's the weekend, and then I might still be up. But yeah,
I thought her name was A5 Rainier for like the longest time. Well, that's what it looked like on my computer screen, squinting.
That's really funny.
In the middle of the night. When I would pull up Devon Street, his list at night, I would pull it up and it would be the first one. And it's like this small. And I just thought it said A5.
You needed to go back to sleep then, Tiffany.
And then I saw her on a stream and I actually was able to read the name. I was like, oh, AS Rainier. That makes so much more sense.
I think I like mornings better after we fall back.
Well, what are you going to do when there's no more falling back? Because they're not.
I'll never get up in the morning again. I'll wake up at noon for the rest of my life.
Wait, have they like officially decided to get rid of?
They did pass it in the Senate. I don't know if it starts this year or next, but I know.
Well, it's got to pass. Did it also pass the House?
It passed the House first, and then it went to the Senate.
Yeah.
Well,
Has good old boy Biden signed it? Let's Google this.
Oh God. Yes, Google, because I just know it passed in both houses. Because
I just need it to end on a fall back, not on a spring forward. Just end.
Oh wait, how is dawn? You're a night owl. How is dawn your favorite time?
I was trying to figure that out.
Aren't you like, wait, aren't you watching the back of your eyelids?
No, morning is great. The sun coming up, you hear the birds singing.
Right, but she's a night owl, so it's like, wait, but
maybe it's.
I love the morning. Like something about the morning, I love it. But I stay up super late.
Yeah, Jenna said this year or next is supposed to be the last.
Just not on a spring forward. Don't do that to us.
I love this.
Don't make us lose that hour.
They're going to do it so there's no more. They're going to do it so there's no more having the spring forward. It's not going to fall back.
Here's what gets me.
I know. That's why I was like, this is me 100%.
She understands who I am as an individual. And
Except I would change it and I would be like, my body gets up at 10. My mind doesn't catch up
Oh.
to 12, but I may be nice by 1.
We're going to save that for after the next sprint, Eva. Because yeah, that girl gonna need protection. She gonna need some protective detail.
Oh, Loki doesn't even like 5 a.m. streams. He got to the 5 a.m. streams and just lost it. He was like, absolutely not, Morgan. None of that. None of that.
Apparently, it might be 2023, but it has to go back to the House for something before it gets passed again.
Really? Are they changing something in the bill?
Conference.
Yeah, they have to like get with airlines and stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Maybe airlines will veto it.
This makes good
Because
sense.
lobby folks, you know
That's
how
why
they
I
are.
write more on the weekend.
But I feel like they lose money to it, though.
To daylight savings time?
Yeah, I mean, because all of the issues that go with having to set their times twice a year and like readjust.
Not more than twice a year because it's separate. England has their own.
Yes.
England does it like a week after us. It's weird.
Of course they do.
I'm perfectly fine with them not changing it. But like I like the fallback part. Because I gain an hour.
I like the fallback.
I need that extra hour.
Get rid of the fallback. How are we going to know when and when not to wear white?
Well, you can still go by Labor Day.
And then a popcorn. How do we know when to wear white?
That is a Labor Day thing. That's not a fall
you can still go by
thing.
Labor Day.
I thought that would be fun.
That was good. I wear white whenever I want because I can't be tamed. And I won't be told.
Oh, he's a wild one.
So.
And with that,
I'm wearing white right now, Tiffany, to excite you and send you home with a thrill.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good stopping point for us to start this sprint. Everyone, let's write. Shall we?
All right.
No.
What's wrong?
Who did that? That was absolutely hilarious. Oh,
Tiffany.
That was
Tiffany.
Oh dear.
Um,
What if I missed something in the world? No. How did y'all do?
I did good. Am I okay? I wanted to make sure I wasn't still muted. I got some treats and stuff for Loki so that he would be satisfied, and he's now napping. And then I was just editing the first chapter of my possible Bella or first chapter of this novel, depending on what I decide to do with it. This is of the sci-fi, the bigger project.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been excited about this sci-fi.
It's so good.
Yeah. From what I hear.
She came up with her own warp speed. That's all I'm saying.
Gwynna, how'd you do?
So, I got a little bit of CP work done, and now I'm working on my KoFi.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm getting it all up, churning it out.
Yep.
Tiffany.
I got all but 2 paragraphs of Gwynna's last episode. CP.
Oh. Do we need to give you like 5 extra minutes? Like,
I mean, I was like, I can do it while they're talking. I know I can. And then I was distracted, and so I came back over.
Barrett.
I chatted with Ricky, who just got home from work, and played with the dog. And Ricky made me pizza rolls in the air fryer. So I am eating cheese pizza rolls, which is like the worst diet decision in my life, but it's been a day. And that's it. That's all I did. So I'm going to eat those on the next sprint.
Are we getting another one? Look, I don't know. The last time the chat voted against it.
Then I'll be turning my cam off briefly to wolf down 10 pizza rolls, and then I will be shortly back with you. Like
I might be doing that right along with you because I went to go heat up my dinner, but I have not completed my dinner. So
pizza roll.
Well, I had to rush and finish that last little bit of the rib before it was time to come back.
I've got mango slices, Des.
Good choice. Yours is the healthiest of our 3.
They're covered in sugar.
Still think it might beat the rib and the pizza rolls.
Yeah,
I've got Townhouse crackers, but not the good one. Well, I mean, they're good, but not the ones with the pretzels. You know?
The flip sides.
The flip sides are yum.
I mean, I do have some corn on the cob to try to balance it out.
That's a vegetable. That
With
is a
some mashed potatoes.
It's a starch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Starches.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Deidre, are you writing the story for Radish, or are you already on Radish? Like, I'm very curious because I've considered Radish, but I didn't know how Radish works.
Radish is more YA centric than Bella is. Bella's very like adult audience.
Well, I figured that part, but I know Radish is also more romance too. So
might have to ask you when she comes back.
Okay.
Snacking on chili cheese
Fritos.
Hello.
I was gonna say chili cheese fries, and I was like, ooh, but
I'm okay with both.
Yeah.
We're all like, yeah.
Oh, some cheese fries sound really good right about. Never mind. Stick to what I have in front of me. Isn't it terrible how we always want what we don't have right in front of us?
That's what I got married for.
Huh?
That's what I got married for. My husband's really good to go get stuff.
Like, honey, go get that for me.
Totally.
Do you have a honey-do list for him?
He just does it. Like, I just text him, like, hey, on the way home, will you stop at CVS and grab XYZ? And he'll be like, sure. And I'll be like, thank you.
Yeah. My husband likes to do the store runs also.
Ricky likes it. He's like, I don't know.
That might be something my husband before.
My husband works at a grocery store.
One thing. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, you get him to bring
How does he bring home any money from his paycheck? Because if I worked at a
grocery
store,
he buys me food.
Because I used to work at a grocery store and I rarely saw that check. Same as when I worked at a bookstore. It always went back to the bookstore. And they did a dangerous thing by letting us have an account at the bookstore. They let all the employees have an account, but when you got paid, they took a portion of your paycheck to pay down that account, which I didn't necessarily mind, because if it was left up to me, I'd be like, yeah, can I just put more on the account? We'll worry about how I'm going to pay you back later. But that meant less take home pay, because I was always putting books on my account. Oh my God, likes to run errands too. I wished my husband liked errands.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Just make him like it. Just be like, look, I don't care if you don't like it. You're going to do it anyway. Oh, that might not be good.
As long as you catch my husband when he's already out, he'll run any errand that I ask. But if he gets home and I ask him to do something for me, he's like, only if you come with me. Only if this is the couple's outing.
I feel like it's not that important.
He would know that's a no. But he might try to do some like Ricky might be like, I worked all day. Why don't you? And then that's when I feel guilty. And I'm like, oh, you're right. I should go get you that thing. But I'm going to stay in too because it's cold or it's hot.
Yeah. My husband never pulls that one on me. That I work all day. He wouldn't.
Oh, okay, do y'all want to do one more 15?
That wouldn't go over well.
Do y'all want to do one more 15 or a 10?
I mean, I will because I can eat. But
yeah, that's what I want it for.
I would prefer a 15 personally.
Yeah, a little bit more.
I have two paragraphs.
Okay, another
Make
quick
sure Tiffany has enough time.
We're gonna do another quick 15 minutes for everyone, and then we'll think of some spicy topic to
end the night on.
I feel like we've let you down in the spicy topic area tonight, so
keep knocking on wood.
We come up with something, trust.
Hello.
All right. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Bye. How did everyone do? Am I muted? Oh, okay. I was supposed to say, am I muted?
No.
Okay. You did the
I
thing?
did fine. I was reading through, and then I realized I was reading, and there was a scene that I wanted an image of. So I started just doing a rough sketch of that image so that I can remember to go back and actually make it a page for the comment.
Tiffany sinking?
Where'd she go?
Happening here?
Where'd she go?
I was like, wait, what's happening?
Are you having a stroke?
No.
Oh God, it's starting already.
My back started hurting, and so since you guys weren't talking to me, I just felt like I would lean back.
Oh, okay.
Then,
Go ahead.
I would just come back up when it was me.
Lean back.
So I was sinking, but I didn't realize it would show that much.
Oh.
You saw your head go down further.
Yeah.
What's happening right
now? Sorry.
Gwynna.
What I do?
No,
Tiffany.
I was asking what you got done. She said her back hurts. So.
I was really working on my KoFi. I connected it to my Twitch and the YouTube, and I got a color, and I changed the donations. I did the stuff, doing the stuff.
I love how organized you are. Like, that is so awesome.
I'm trying to get it done. They say like 1 week of hard work will change your life.
Well,
and then the next week, right?
I don't know about the next week. I'm busy getting through this one.
Yeah.
Tiffany, you come up now.
Yes, I'm back.
Did you ever see that Camp Laszlo? It's probably after your time. That Camp Laszlo episode where Laszlo's sitting at the edge of a log, and he puts his head on the log, and he goes, "Floating head must be fed." Like, I feel like that was a very. I saw your head, and I was like, "Oh, she needs popcorn."
Oh, I have popcorn. Let's see. I finished Gwynna's 2 paragraphs. And then I did some writing, and I got about 300 words done.
Nice. I think both Barrett and I ate dinner.
I had some pizza rolls and a few delicious gummies at the end, and I needed that just for something sweet at the end of my horrible dinner. And I think the hearings were stunning. I was shocked. I was shooketh by what Miss Hutchinson had to say. I think that.
I'm sorry. Before you get into that, because you know how I will spiral when we start talking about politics.
Oh, I wasn't. I wasn't discussing politics at all. I was discussing hearings that are about democracy. So, anywho, I watched the hearings, and they were devastating. I couldn't believe we have so many people that are just, I guess, watching democracy die in slow motion. But here we are, and so I ate my feelings about it, and I'm ready to talk about it now. That my stomach will hurt. I'm going to take that anger and put it out here on screen with all of you. You're welcome.
Yeah, that and last week, kind of. Well, I told you how I was this weekend. I was like, I couldn't even focus this weekend after last week. I'm just like, oh, what's happening right now? But the hearings, I was shocked. And I didn't think that there was anything that could have shocked me.
Yeah.
The tantrum in the car, which now they're trying to say no one told her that, but they're not disputing that he wanted to go to the Capitol with people he knew were armed.
But that's the illegal part.
Or that he had the magnetometers. Is that called magnetometers? Is that what they called?
Magnetometers.
He had them taken away. Or he wanted them taken away, and to allow the people that he knew were armed, because they told him they were armed. He said, but they're not here to hurt me.
Yeah.
It's all that matters. It's all that matters.
All of it shows intent.
Or him throwing the tantrum in the Oval Office, him throwing a plate at the sky. Like, really? I mean, I had heard stories, But I was really hoping that they weren't true.
I mean, here's what I'll say. I think it's really fitting that after the week that happened last week, I think it shows a beautiful picture of where we're at, that a 25-year-old young woman stood up and gave public testimony in the face of actual threats against her from people and intimidation. And the dudes that she worked for are all too chicken shit to come and do what she just did. And I think that really just sums up where we're at in America.
Sadly.
So, you know,
I'm just the whole Meadows being just nonchalant, scrolling on his phone while all of this is happening, just like I'm like, what? What? His friends were in the Capitol. He was friends. I'm sorry,
but they didn't think they'd hurt them, right? They would have had a similar. That Freedom Caucus would have had a similar mindset to Trump's. They won't hurt us because they'll know them.
But see, that's the thing. When you have a dangerous mob, when you have a dangerous mob, you don't know what's going to unfold. They might not mean to do a lot of things. That woman who died wasn't meant to be killed. She was a supporter. So I'm sure they didn't mean for that to happen.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying I'm not surprised that he wasn't doing anything at all. I think that was exactly what they wanted to happen, right? And here's the thing. What it told me is that the nonchalance in the past has brought this to bear. So I would say this started for us, I would argue, all the way back to Reconstruction. But when we didn't quite take care of the Confederate generals that went on and fought against this country after Reconstruction, when we let things go after Lincoln was assassinated, that was the first spot where we went wrong. And then from there, it's been a slippery slope ever since of not holding people accountable when they do shitty stuff. I'd even go to Nixon. Nixon being pardoned by Ford, huge mistake, giant. Because Nixon spent the last part of his life telling everybody, I was railroaded, it was unfair. Well, okay, where have we heard that? Like, we've just heard that on steroids. But I mean, Reagan had Iran-Contra that was Teflon. Nothing stuck to him. Same thing. When there's no accountability for the people at the top, then there is people like Mark Meadows who are not afraid to do things that might be illegal because, hey, Oliver North got a pardon. And, hey, and Dick Cheney's chief of staff, Scooter Libby, got a pardon when he outed a CIA agent that was active at the time and outed her in a newspaper. And he went to prison. He was pardoned. So I think when there's bad behavior and you're constantly pardoned by the guy at the top and no one's held accountable, this is what happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
CNN, I'm available.
No,
I'm not. I don't have time for that. That's just a joke.
I mean,
see my husband. But
probably would get paid better for something you can do from home. They do it from home now.
Yeah, well, it'd be a no for me because I'd want to shoot myself after the first 3 days of just staying up with what's going on.
Just the whole behind it in private, they're upset. They're talking about, oh my God, this was worse than we thought. And but they won't say it publicly. I'm just like, where are y'all balls? I'm sorry. I know. But just and then for them to try to discredit her the way they're trying to, because she was very credible and she testified under oath. So I'll wait until they, have a backbone.
Do the same.
Discredit her under oath. Do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I can't say all of what I wanted to say because then YouTube might shut my channel down.
It would not surprise me because this one here should not do criming. This one here should have given up criming a long time ago because he's not good at it. And I'm over.
Say so, like she lied. She wasn't there when I asked for a pardon or something. She's literally been in the room where it happened for the most of that stuff. Like she's Mark Meadows' right hand. Absolutely. She's in almost every picture that they take of them.
It's not
for him to say, I don't know her.
The paper would have gone across her desk. She was his chief of staff. So remember, Mark Meadows was the chief of staff. So think of the hierarchy there. Every piece of paper that crossed his desk, she saw. Every piece of paper he burned that should have gone to the National Archives, she's off.
It is a cult, Eva. It is a cult. I'm just like, what? He ain't got no money to give y'all. What is he doing for y'all? I don't understand. Like, he's filing bankruptcy left and right, so he doesn't have any money. That's why he's swindling y'all.
It's a big grift, and they are all just they don't care.
Sociopaths flock together.
Yeah. And a lot of people are getting bad information. You know, Fox News has only started reporting on this in the last 3 days.
I don't think they had any choice, because at this point, people with the
they're in it.
To their families,
their text messages are in it. You got Sean Hannity. You got Laura Ingraham talking about this looks bad. I'm like, oh, does it now? Does it look bad? Do you think?
Whole coup thing, yeah, it has a bad look.
It's always a bad look when someone tries to open.
I'm curious. You got Cheetos. That's where
I'm sorry. I thought I was still muted.
Roe versus Wade is gone. Give me the Cheetos. Cheetos and waffles.
They're flaming hot.
Yep.
Nice.
I can't eat Roe versus Wade.
I'm so sorry, y'all. I really thought I was.
No, you fine.
No, yeah.
And Stephen Justice Breyer is retiring tomorrow.
I know.
So Ketanji will be sworn in, but it's still the same balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know everyone was like I've been hearing a lot of people talking about, well, what is the Biden administration going to do? They're not doing anything. And I get the frustration, but we got a Joe Manchin and a Kirsten Sinema who vote with the Republicans most of the time. What are they supposed to do?
Unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand how this works. Without a filibuster, they're extremely limited on what they can do. And the president is limited. There are certain things that he can pass a law on, but as soon as he's gone, they can just erase it, which is what happens with these types of laws. You need a codified law,
right?
And you need the Supreme Court to back it up, because then otherwise it's just a back and forth. They can pass something and someone sues over it, and then the Supreme Court is just the one that we have now is just gonna say, we like this law, so we can keep that. We don't like this one, so we are gonna get rid of that one. And I don't think that a lot of people think, but we have the presidency and we have the Senate and we have the Congress, so we have all the power. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
You have a 50-50 Senate, which might as well say Republican, because you got Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema.
Sinema, I don't know how she just really, I feel like she railroaded so many people. And Joe Manchin is who he is. And everybody says that in his district, that's what it takes to be a Democrat to be elected. So he's a Democrat. And remember what Southern Democrats used to be anyway. So anyway, let me stop.
Yeah. No, continue.
Go on.
But Nia, that is why you are here on this channel. Where you can unleash Nia.
Get it, Nia. Get it. With my fingers.
What Elise is talking about right there. So here's the thing. I totally agree with you. Kirsten Sinema and Joe Manchin are a problem. So here's the thing. I think Democrats need to work on their messaging and go out there and tell voters what they need. We need 2 votes. We need 2 Democrats. And that doesn't count Raphael Warnock, because we're holding on to him. And same with Mark Kelly.
But he's not even polling. Herschel Walker is polling above him right now.
That doesn't surprise me. I'm not as worried about that at this point, right? It's early. And listen, anybody who's listened to Herschel Walker talk, please keep talking, Herschel, because there is video there that will make ads that will.
But we said the same thing about Trump.
Come November.
We said the same thing about Trump.
That might be true. The difference is you have Stacey Abrams at the top of that ticket, and that makes a very, very big difference. So anyway, I'm not as worried about that race, but there are other races we should be paying attention to, and anybody in AuthorTube should be too. If you live in Ohio, there is a really important race between J.D. Vance and Tim Ryan. And you need to pay attention to it, because he is a Trump acolyte and would be horrible news in the Senate. Ron Johnson in Wisconsin is scooped up in this fake elector scandal right now. If you can watch the video of the press calling him out for lying about being on a cell phone, do not tell him.
Right now. No, you're not.
Not tell a millennial reporter that you were on a cell phone call on an iPhone. Just let me tell the olds now that doesn't work. So Wisconsin is important. Missouri is important. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Pennsylvania, John Fetterman in Pennsylvania, very important. In North Carolina, Nia's home state, Beasley is getting drugged through the mud by the NRSC all the time. They've had to take ads down because they're lying.
Yes, they've actually it's bad.
So,
unfortunately,
yes.
I've got my fingers crossed for my state. We're very confused. We're purplish at the moment. We're a very confused state, but I've got my fingers crossed that there's enough people with good sense that are just.
Nia, I was confused. I dated a woman for a little while, and then it just became straightly clear never again, and I never went back. And I believe that's true for North Carolina. Listen,
we're not going to be like Virginia, who's confused and trying to slip back the other way. Stop it, Virginia.
Confused.
Stop it, Virginia.
Stop it with the conversion therapy, Virginia. Get away from Joe Manchin. But anyway. So we need those senators because we need to hold the House because yes, the ERA must happen. The ERA is super important, but we need a lot of votes for that. However, what we can do is suspend the filibuster and pass the Voting Rights Act, incredibly important. And
we can't do it in cinema, guys. We need those two. We need two more, and
we came close in Texas. I'm telling you,
I
mean, to winning Texas.
I could sing.
And okay, so JC said I can say these things. So here we go. If you are the progressives who think that nothing happens, we got the all of them and nothing's happening. So I don't want to vote for, because a lot of progressives don't like voting for liberals anyway, because they think that they're the same thing. They're not the same. I understand what you mean when you think they're all just politicians. It's not the same. Look at what's happening.
2016 proved that.
But if you're a progressive and you're running,
I know you feel like, but you're tired of voting for the lesser of two evils. I know it's frustrating. You want change now. Changes never happen quickly. But if you sit back and do nothing, the other side is motivated. I'm telling you.
Yeah, the Republicans are real good at messaging.
I don't know what it's going to take for you to get motivated, but if you like The Handmaid's Tale, that's where we're going.
They got a new season coming up too, and I'm not even sure I can watch. I'm like,
I had to stop watching.
I love that show. I love it, but
too real.
Oh, yeah.
Too
but
real.
If you like that, then
let it be.
The Democrats aren't good enough, so I'm not gonna vote for them either. I'm telling you, don't fall for it.
Well, and I'm not even having that discussion.
I know their messaging is terrible. Yeah,
and then the whole expanding the court thing, they because they want Biden to expand the court, but again, he can't do that. He just with the stroke of a pen. He needs Kirsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, and they've already said they are not voting for expanding the court. They are not voting for the filibuster. So
I don't even think any of the activists that are promoting that think that would happen under this Senate. So I think that's something that we just need to be talking about.
I've heard some people coming on the shows talking about Biden needs to expand the court. Biden, I'm like, he can't do that by himself.
Well, I think what I've heard is people say we want him to support it because whatever the Congress passes when it comes to judicial reforms, he has to sign into law. So if he does not support an expansion of the court, that is a problem. Like that is something he needs to evolve on.
He didn't rule it out. He didn't rule it out. After all of this stuff started happening, he said it's something I would consider, but I would need all the Democrats on board, and they're not.
And what he has to be very careful about doing is in places like North Carolina and other places in this, like Georgia, that are so tight and on the cusp. If you say the wrong thing, what happens is all of those independents. The messaging from the right is strong. It is good. They know the key words. So if he says the wrong thing, then they're going to come back with their catchphrases and their key words and really kind of fearmonger those independents, pulling them to the conservative side. So he does have to be careful. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that. They just want, I get it. I know you want him to just be loud and just out there and say, yeah, we're like, don't like what Beto did in Texas when he was running and he said, we're coming for your guns. bad move.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. You don't understand. It might work in your very liberal state. It does not work in conservative and purple states. Those types of phrases, those "we're coming for you" type things, they don't work in these places. It scares independents, and the conservatives get that messaging, and the independents end up trickling back to the conservative side. You can't use words like that. I know it's not what you want to hear.
And it makes them think the Democrats want to take their guns, and which is not true. A lot of Democrats own guns themselves. That's ridiculous. So,
and a lot of independents do. So when the conservatives can get
Barrett, can you be the PR person for the DNC? I'm just,
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
I said, Barrett, can you be the new PR person for the DNC? Because I feel like
would not want that job for anything.
The messaging is awful.
Yes, it's like
there's another messaging.
If you go online, if you go online
and see that was so bad, and I feel bad, but I literally, I live in the South in conservative communities, and I heard people saying, I don't know what you're allowed to say on your channel, JC, but BLM, little white women were all saying BLM, Black Lives Matter. They were saying it, and they were going out and marching. I'm like, what the? This is amazing. And then, do you know what the next message that came out was? What? Was defund the police.
Oh yeah, that was the worst.
My gosh, that was. I know people are like, but they shouldn't police what we say. We get to say the messaging that we want. I'm like, okay, but that was a bad one. I literally could see my Facebook page flip. All these people are like, no.
And then when you have to explain so much, you have to explain so much that you don't actually mean get rid of the police, which you
lost right there.
When I hear defund the police, that's exactly what I think you mean.
Yeah, it was just. I'm like, I know people don't want.
And they're bad. They're bad. They're also bad.
It's not good, y'all.
They're also bad at sharing what they actually have accomplished.
Yes.
Republicans, when they accomplish stuff, they will let you know in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. Democrats, you got to go online and find it and read it. Oh, we did that.
Oh my gosh.
We did that. Why are you saying this?
That happened. Someone posted a tweet someone posted on Instagram a tweet from Twitter where they were talking about some of the things that I'm like, I didn't hear about this. This is great. Nobody knows.
Well, and so two things I'd say to that, just having worked Democratic politics and messaging. So I don't disagree with the messaging thing, but I will push back a little bit and say I've read a couple of really good articles specifically from people who do comms for campaigns that have talked about this specific issue, that the feeling from voters is that the messaging is so bad. And each of those comms folks say the same thing I would, which is the biggest difference is Republicans have several disinformation networks that pump out trash 24/7 that we respond to because we believe democracy means you respond to the opponents. Then we go like our side, we'll go on national media. And what we're met with is a both sidesism, where the national media puts on Republicans who are frankly talking about things that are not even small d good, like small democracy good. Right. And yet we're legitimizing that and acting like there are two sides to democracy. No, there's just the one. So from a comms perspective, how do we ever win that battle? Because MSNBC, for all its faults, is not out there pumping out false stories about Republicans or pumping out trash about vaccines. Or I think about the things the Democratic comms directors would have put up with in the last 2 years, and I get why they've all quit and said, I'm not doing this. Like, you think the resignation in publishing was bad? You should see like strategists from Democratic politics in 2020 to 2022. It's just ugly. So I will say that as like a defense of like, I feel that too, because I see that. But my gosh, the disinformation stuff from the other side is almost insurmountable. When you throw in Facebook and that algorithm that just gives old people hate in their feed all day long, I mean, I don't know how we ever overcome that.
Yeah, I went on YouTube on Safari. I don't know why. I was looking for something, and I was looking for how to do something with my Cricut, and so I just went on YouTube, but didn't open up YouTube. I just went on through Safari on my phone, and do you know how much bizarro, like,
totally.
I'm like, I would never click on this, but I wasn't logged in. So when you just go onto Facebook or onto YouTube, excuse me, without logging in,
crazy.
You get some crazy stuff. And I clicked, I said, why am I? Because it says, why are you getting this? Why are you showing me this? And it says, based on where you live. I'm like, so people in the South, this is what they're just shoveling it to us. They're just shoveling it to us. I'm like, I don't want this. I'm like, I don't want. Don't show. I'm like, I'm like, let me log in because
YouTube has actually been, but YouTube has been recommending right-wing channels to me, and I'm just like,
that's what I'm saying. It's all right-wing stuff.
I'm like, why?
I don't know.
I give you the impression that I'm like, what?
Well,
and I click do not recommend this channel, and then another right-wing channel pops up in its place, and I'm like, YouTube. I don't understand.
Do you watch Trevor Noah?
Huh?
Do you watch Trevor Noah? I do too sometimes, and then if I watch one, I'll notice that I'll get a conservative something later. I'm like, they're not the same.
Maybe
like
it's
because I watched Trevor Noah, who is not conservative, and he does that Jordan Kepler guy who's hilarious, who goes out and talks to the Trump.
Maybe
that is so funny. So I have to stop watching that on my YouTube channel because I don't want to get the other stuff.
Because he sometimes has a conservative on the show to get two sides of the perspective or whatever.
Well, yeah, I had to stop watching that.
I'm not against two sides. Let me be clear.
No, I'm not either.
Yeah, me either.
I'm against
I need to know what the other side is saying
on certain issues. You know what I mean? There are certain issues where, frankly, the reason I think we are where we are right now is a lot of the mainstream media that was doing both sidesism in 2016 when Hillary Clinton and a ton of national security directors came out and said, this guy's nuts and he might be working with Russia. What are we doing? Like when we acted like that wasn't a thing and we both sides that, but her email servers crap.
Her emails.
Again, that is part of what
it's so funny when not it's not funny, but on Friday when Roe v. Wade was overturned, I saw all of these Facebook posts of people saying, I don't want to hear any of y'all but her emails people complain. But her emails. And we got this.
Yep.
But her emails though.
Yep.
And I think it was, for me, it was just last week overall. It was first, there was the school choice issue, which means public school money going to private schools. Then you had prayer in schools on this week. You had Roe last week. You had, what was the other one? There was one more.
The gun bill. The gun bill where they said New York can't conceal.
It was a lot.
You can carry a gun all willy-nilly around the streets of New York, basically, which is, so I'm like, in one day, you're going to say the states can't have a say, but turn around the next day and say they're supposed to be able to say what women can do with their bodies. Okay.
But you all didn't exist in the Constitution, which is kind of how they want it.
Yeah.
Right, which is crazy that Justice Alito keeps saying, well, it's not in the original text of the Constitution. Well, I'm not in the original text of the Constitution, not as a woman, as a Black person. So what are we talking about? How far back you trying to take us?
I have some disappointing news for Samuel Alito. I don't think Samuel Alito or Clarence Thomas would have been.
Or
I'm not sure. If we have any lawyers in the audience, check me on that. But I'm pretty sure.
I'm just
don't know.
And Clarence Thomas, well, you've read his concurrent opinion. Although Don Lemon said, he pointed out, he said it's interesting how he didn't mention Loving versus Virginia, which I'm glad he didn't. But
you're next. Don't worry, Clarence Thomas.
No, but Clarence Thomas is married to a white woman, so
yeah, but he's not going to live forever. So we're next.
She said he's not going to live forever.
Let's think of this imagery. Tomorrow, I think Kamala Harris is going to be swearing in the first Black Supreme Court justice, female justice.
Yes,
Ketanji Brown Jackson. So let's think about what next season's photo is going to look like, right? So it's going to look like, in the liberal side, 3 women, 2 of them of color. And on the other side, it's going to be a bunch of old white dudes and a white lady who helped them. So I think that imagery really sums it up quite well.
Can I say the one thing that bothered me the most?
Right, I forgot about that. You guys, yeah.
Can I say the one thing that bothered me the most about the Roe v. Wade thing were the women celebrating? And I mean, I get it, but like, you do know that means you no longer have a choice in what you get to do with your body too, right? You know that, right?
Rich white ladies will always have a choice.
No,
Yeah, because I think Alabama
one-
has already, or think of Alabama, one of the states more south than us, has already said that it's not going to include frozen fertilized eggs. They're not included.
It wasn't all white. It wasn't all white
those.
It wasn't all white women. There was a couple of black women in there too.
Yeah. But you can they're not including that, or that particular state is not including frozen eggs from in vitro fertilization. They're not including those ones. Those ones can still be destroyed because you have to implant so many to make it work. So a lot of people are left with extra eggs. Those aren't included. So you can destroy those fetuses or embryos. Just
this one.
So it's like, if it was really about that, then why are you?
Woman, I can't remember what state she's running in, but she said the quiet part out loud.
White Life, Mary Miller, Illinois, Quincy, Illinois. Mary Miller, White Life.
Oh, is it in the chat?
No,
or you saw the same thing.
I live in St. Louis. She's in my media market, so I
she said this is about bringing white life. I'm like,
yeah.
Now you get to the
because birth rates are down. Because actually, abortions are down also. So technically,
they are. So for anybody that lives in Missouri or lives in Arkansas, which just went dark, in Oklahoma that just went dark, if you live in any of those states and you are trying to find somewhere to go, Ricky and I have a lovely 2-bedroom. You're welcome to one of them. And I live about 18 miles from the Fairview Heights camping store. And I'll take you to buy all the camping things you want. I won't go camping with you because F camping. But I'm going to take you, drive you, drop you off, and let you do the shopping all yourself.
Wait, how did we get to camping?
Private chat.
I love Mia. Click, click, click. Hers is so dramatic. I was like, help.
I think I got lost somewhere.
Yeah, it's near.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay. I'm slow. I'm sorry. I'm not always the brightest bulb.
That's okay.
I saw the rheumatoid, Elise, because I go to a rheumatology center for my infusions, and they send an email to all of their patients about the issue for rheumatoid patients and medication. I saw that.
When are they gonna can we mandate men having vasectomies? I mean, because that would solve the birth rate, the pregnancy problem right there. Kind of need a man to get pregnant. Just
God forbid you actually take away the autonomy of a man,
right?
Now the Constitution had thought they were people, so
true. I forgot they counted.
Well, some of them did, not all of them. Let's not get crazy. We don't want to let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Let's not get crazy.
I finished my image while we're talking. This poor dead guy.
Oh man. Okay.
I felt inspired.
Show it again.
What is his name? America?
He's dead.
Show it again.
Sassy.
His name is not America.
Oh,
it's good.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah.
Good.
Could be America. Hold up. Eva.
Oh, yes. 8:35 p.m. Laying the truth out for us.
Ejaculation is the reason. Exactly.
Need Elle Woods. What did she call it?
The audacity of these women, these pro-life women, pro-life, but not pro-women, obviously. But these pro-life women last week talking about all children are all life. And I get that. I'm not saying that, I want all life, whatever. But but for her to say that, oh God, I forgot where I was going with my thought.
Is this the white life lady?
No.
Oh.
This is the lady I saw. See, I don't know if I told you, but she on CNN, she was like, oh, even in the case of one of the pro-choice ladies said, even in the case of rape and incest, and the pro-life lady says, no, they shouldn't be aborted because one violent act doesn't deserve to have another violent act. I'm like, Are you effing kidding
Pause.
me?
Pause. I need whoever was the journalist in that moment to have asked her, and what are your thoughts on the death penalty?
It would be nice. That would have been nice. But these
I never have good follow-ups there.
These women who okay, so the women, I know I remember where my thought was going. All these pro-life women who said you have all these women who can't afford blah 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 whatever, and that's true. A lot of the people have an abortion because they can't afford it, but you're forgetting the simplicity of there are women who just don't want kids. What about them? Like, some women just don't want to be moms. My niece doesn't know if she even wants to have kids right now. She doesn't, and she lives in Oklahoma, so I'm scared for her because she is newly sexually active, and
Colorado is probably closer to her, but Missouri is, Illinois is an option as well, but Colorado is available to her.
I'm just like,
I think the bigger problem is, for me personally, is if you want to be pro-life, then be pro-life, because you're going to have a bunch of little babies that can't be taken care of, that we don't have funding to support, in schools that are completely underfunded and not able to educate, in a world where half of them are going to be considered like in high risk areas, if you will, or let's just say it plain, ghettos. And then you're saying, oh, but we're pro-life, but God forbid somebody ask about upping like assistance for women who need help with like childcare, or
universal healthcare. How about that?
taking down the amount that people have to pay for daycare, or
paid leave for maternity leave.
Maternity leave, right? So,
in the state of Missouri to pay for that child to be born. How about that?
Right. So to me, I feel like it's more like the whole arm has a big gash, and we're like, but there's a hangnail.
Yeah.
Let's worry about the hangnail.
Right. And the same party,
because somebody wipe off the blood. I can't fix the hangnail.
The same party who's all pro-life this, pro-life that, wants to cut all of the things that happen after birth. Like, you don't.
Yeah. So it's like, if you're going to be pro-life, then be pro-life.
For that whole
life. And don't argue with me. Oh, well, we have adoption in this country. Have you looked at our adoption rules? Because
kids right
realistically,
now, qualify for adoption.
600,000 kids are in the U.S. foster system. Why is that? If I see one more of these parents holding a sign that says, I'll take your kids, explain those 600,000 kids to me.
Yes, go get some.
I'm going to connect you to those kids. Those kids need somebody. Oh, I get it. You want a baby? So you're looking for baby factories?
But the other argument for me also is the women who say, well, they can, if they don't want the child, they can just give it up for adoption. So you're going to make them go through the emotional toll, because you get attached. Unless you're a robot, you're going to get attached to that baby. The emotional toll of carrying that child and then giving it away when they could have just not carried that child if that was their choice.
You're just a woman. You're just a woman.
Right.
You're making babies. What? Come on, JC. What?
That is your whole role in life.
What's the problem? Exactly. Why would you? You don't need to work. You don't need to have anything for yourself. Yeah, exactly. Here's the speaking of messaging, this is one where I think messaging was a failure. Falling into the pro-choice, pro-life thing was a mistake. We should have stuck with forced pregnancy.
Yep.
It should have been all along. The forced pregnancy people, I am not for that. But interesting. Did you guys hear about the synagogue in Florida that's suing on behalf of their religious beliefs, that in Judaism, abortion is perfectly within their religious beliefs up to a certain very late point in the pregnancy? So they are starting a lawsuit.
Yeah, it's actually required to abort a child if it endangers the life of the mother.
Right.
In Judaism.
Yes, because the mother's life actually matters to them, apparently.
Well, but that's what we need to shift our focus to. Right?
Yes.
When we're talking to people, we need to, when they're saying about Roe, well, I'm not sure I believe. It's like, well, that's great that you don't believe that, but we're not a Christian nation like that. I mean, as much as you might think that, our founding fathers, most of them were not. That was the whole point of this experiment. Mm-hmm. So, the separation of church and state is really important. And we have to drive that home to people, that when we have an extreme Christian nationalist court doing all sorts of extreme things, we got to call that out, because that doesn't work for every religion. And let me just tell you this right now. If a coach were out there and they were Muslim doing a prayer at halftime, I wonder if that decision would have been the same from that court.
I need a coach now to do it.
Exactly.
And if you're out there,
do it.
Coach, Muslim coach guy,
do it.
Girl, we're gonna need you.
Satanist.
Jewish.
If you're a Satanist, get out on that field.
Oh God, not Barrett. That's a little extreme. Wait.
Why
freedom?
Why is it freedom?
There is a reason that we.
It's good for
half of our founding fathers were trying to escape religious persecution.
That part.
There is a reason that there's a separation between church and state.
Yes.
And it's like you have this conversation of bringing your religious values in it or wanting things to go a certain way in the government because of your religion. But it's like what happens when the government is not your religion, because it will come if we don't keep it that way. At some point, somebody is not going to be someone's religion, whether it is the Satan folks or whether it's the Muslims or whether it's like people who believe that the moon will someday fall into the ocean unless we pray to it every 3 hours.
Scientologists talking about L. Hubbard.
Eventually somebody's going to come that's not going to be your religion, and you're either going to be forced into something you don't want to be in, or you're going to have to fight back. And that's how half of the countries got started. That's how the Crusades got started. People wanting to fight back. There's a reason for it.
It's all tied together. When I'm talking to anybody in my life right now, it's all tied together for me. And for me, I walked away from my religion a long time ago because of my disappointment in the way they treated my community that I found once I became an adult and burst out of that closet. Good times. Happy Pride. Okay. So once that happened, though, I started to believe in the chapel of democracy, which is Congress, which is our government, which is this experiment that we all live under. But that is a thin thread that's held together by the Constitution. And the most important thing to me is church and state. And it is not there to protect churches from the grasp of the state. It's there to protect the state from the grasp of religious fanaticism. And that's where we are right now. And all of these things are tied together. There's a through line between all of them. And they start and end with a religious overtake of one of our parties. And a lot of it's tied to the civil rights movement. It is not a mistake that the John Bircher Society, those kooks back in the day, that group took over the Republican Party at the exact same time that we signed the Voting Rights Act. So, and then right after that, the Southern Strategy came for Nixon, and everything changed. But it all was hidden in a shroud of religion. Mm-hmm. So, that's what we need to be talking to people about. Take all that smoke to people.
I don't know. As someone who went to a religious school, I cannot necessarily agree with that. But what Eva said, I personally liked going to a school that had religion a part of it. But
well, I went to a religious school, and then I also went to a public school, and one didn't change my religion or the other.
One didn't change my religion when I went to a public school, but I certainly wished I had went to a religious high school as well instead of a public school, personally. But I wish I had also made the decision to put my daughter into a religious school instead of a public school. But can't go back.
I think I appreciated the fact that I was able to see both sides, because while the religious school, I believe, gave me a foundation that I still hold very strongly to, the public school kept me from becoming one of the zealots. And I think that was where the balance lied, because there were things that I saw in my religious school that never could have happened in my private school or my public school, and vice versa. And it allowed me a chance to, I think, be more open-minded towards people who viewed things differently than me, and not necessarily view things differently than me in the case of not having any religion at all, but just view things differently than me, who were, Jewish, or who were Catholic, or who were, non-denominational, Presbyterian, or whatever. We weren't all one cohesive, let's pray the same community. We were let's figure out what religion is for us.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, well, yeah.
I was raised that way too, and then I chose to raise my kids the same way, where they can see both, and then anything they come to talk to me, whether it's because there were things happening in the public space, and they'd be like, what's this about? And we always just talk about it. There would be some things that would happen within the church aspect, and they'd be like, and so we always said, this is how we treat people. This is what we do. We don't ever treat anyone badly because they don't think or believe the way that we do. We treat people fairly, and you can hear people out. And if something doesn't sound right, might not be right. Use your good common sense. With everything, it's you take the good and you get rid of the bad. And my kids have turned out pretty okay. And they have the freedom to make whatever religious choices that they want, and that's the way that we wanted it for them, so that they know they have seen different religions and non, and they can make those choices for themselves politically too. And we're all independent.
I've had friends from different religions. I have Jewish friends. I have Muslim friends. I have friends who are Jehovah's Witness. So I mean, I've taken time to learn about all of their different religions, so I can have a broad scope of And I went to Catholic school, but my church that we went to on Sunday was a Baptist church. So I had the whole battling religions thing going on when I was a kid anyway. I was like, I don't know which religion are we supposed to be.
Oh, we didn't know either.
And my mother was like, we're Baptist. I'm like, well, then why'd you send me to a Catholic school?
Okay. My mom sent us to whatever to come pick us up.
Mine was Nazarene, but again, we were Baptist on the weekend.
See?
But my grandmother was
Your weekend Baptist.
The whole thing. So every summer we were in church every Sunday, and for 2 weeks doing the Bible school thing. Thing with my grandma.
We got a lot of Baptist up here. Church for us was a Wednesday night affair. It was a Sunday all day, and then back at the night affair. Like, there was a lot. And if we were gospeling and we were out like spreading the word, oh Lord, I feel sorry for those communities. But we brought our tents and our songs.
In the years when I walked away from the church and struggled with my faith, I did a lot of bedside Baptist.
There is nothing wrong with a good bedside service.
And it always seemed like the message that came on was the right message that I needed to hear at exactly that moment. I'm like, oh, see, that was for me. That was for me.
I have attended the Church of YouTube many a morning. And sometimes the Church of Facebook too.
Amen.
Any more hot topics?
The Faith and I are on a break. I don't know. I mean, we went.
R. Kelly got sentenced today.
Yes, I saw.
Shots.
The other chick, I can't say her name right.
Giselle, I think, didn't she get sentenced like last week?
20 years.
Ghislaine
Mack. No, I think that was only a couple of days ago, wasn't it?
This past few days has just been kind of
20 years. She got 20 years. He got 30.
He got 20. He got 30. Yeah.
I'm like, should be under the jail now. Can we just get Bill Cosby back in jail? Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
I
feel like that might be a touchy subject. Hold up, let me backtrack.
I mean, I don't drink anymore, so it wouldn't be for me, but
you do the bad thing, you pay the bad price.
You should.
Watch the Cosby Show.
In all fairness, like, dude was tweeting from jail. Like, come on, y'all.
He was what?
He was tweeting from jail. Like, it's not a real jail sentence.
I mean, well, they let all of them have social media in jail. Which, I mean, unless you do something to get your privileges revoked. Praise Pentecostal apostle.
Lord,
I can't speak.
Summer camp for like a week, and it was wild. Those services were like way wilder than my little Baptist services that were much more conservative.
My church always used to take too long because my mom had to go to the early morning service and then stick around for the one that came after. And then there was a third one, but we were gone by then. I was like, oh.
See, my mom would stay all day, and I was like, "You're divorced. They're not letting you back in." Like, I don't know. We're still here.
Oh gosh, really?
Oh yeah, like she was divorced, and like when I was like 5, I was like, "What are we still going here
You
for?"
go to Catholic church?
We're in a special. Oh hell no, we weren't. The Catholic Church. The Baptist Church was like.
The Baptists don't let you in after. Wait a minute, what Baptist?
Baptists don't believe it.
Oh
it depends on
divorce.
the Baptist.
No.
Depends on which one. Yeah.
No on divorce. No divorce.
Oh,
no
well, my mother was sure sitting up in that church every Sunday. So
I mean, my mom went. I kept telling her she was a masochist. I was like, "You keep going. They're never gonna love you, but you can keep." It's like your mother. It's like your relationship with your mother. You can keep going, but she's never gonna give you what you need.
Oh, I can't with you. Oh, anyone? Let's see. Just even my stepmom, her second marriage was Baptist and is a member of her church.
Am I the only like pagan in this panel?
I mean, I am agnostic. Like,
okay,
for what it's worth. So
it's fine.
Cool.
I might be a sleeper agent. Does that count?
I'm
we'll roll with that.
I'm a spy for Hershey's chocolate.
No, all I remember, the reason why I say it's a joke in my family because I can remember every Girl Scout camp I went to, my regular church camp, everything.
So
the
funny.
School that I went to camp one time for it, and my mother said I came back, and I was a completely different person, and it is the only camp from my childhood I have no memory of. So I don't know what the Nazarene people did.
Oh, the Nazarene.
They were giving you Kool-Aid, and you were like,
weird, Tiffany.
So it's kind of a joke in my family. They're like, "Don't say
there's
the
a
wrong
story
word.
there.
She's a sleeper."
There's a story there somewhere.
Yeah, I feel
that would be a great middle grade novel. Actually, a great mystery.
Ooh.
Oh, it might get banned.
Yeah, the whole religious aspect. But yeah, that's a joke in my family. They're like, "Don't say the wrong word. She's a sleeper."
I'm going to tell you what. I am not one to go after religions, but I'm going to tell you this. When I dated the Mormon, I went to a baby blessing, and it was one of the most bizarre experiences I've ever on my
was it in Colombia?
On my 30 plus years. No, it was in Canada. It was in Edmonton, Canada. But it was odd. And like the chitter chatter afterwards, like the places we could and couldn't be because I wasn't a member of the church. And mind you, I'm sitting there thinking like, let me just make sure I've got this straight. He and I were naked doing wrestling last night in our hotel room, but you're worried about the fact that I'm not a Mormon. That's why we can't stay. Okay. But the other thing that surprised me is I thought we were going to like the really pretty fancy church because the Mormons built these beautiful churches. But no, those are for like super special occasions. All their regular stuff happens in these like boring brown town buildings that are like ugly brown brick, brown roof, nothing about it's like this colorful, no color anywhere, no joy, tan carpets, tan walls. It's like you go in and you're like, what are we doing here? And then they told me about the underwear. And that's when I was like,
No Mormons, please.
I can't. So all I'm going to say is someday there will be a work of fiction that is going to do a take on a faith that's similar. But, oh yeah, it's a lot. Jesus was here in America.
And there's a rock that he's going to come back to.
Here in Missouri.
When he comes back, it's in Missouri.
Right, because
that's why I asked, was it in Colombia? Because that's where the rock is.
Right.
Well, or at least right outside of it.
I have lots of questions because Mormon Jesus in Mormon church looks even more like white than other churches Jesus is. And so I was like, so did he get whiter because of like coming to America? Or
I'm not mocking Eva. I just find it hilarious that out of all the states in all the places in the world,
Missouri like, has he been here? I'm like, no, send him.
I'm more making fun of Missouri.
too. I'm like, no, he doesn't want it to be here. Like of all the places Jesus could come back to. But
I mean, I know we're the gateway to the West, but y'all, it's Missouri.
Right. So, and I'm not going to pick on the thing, but like I said, there was just some things about it that was a little odd, like where women couldn't be, and like some feelings about the underwear. And then, like I said, with the whole Jesus and
underwear.
I don't understand. But
you don't know the underwear?
Have specific underwear. Yeah. Yes.
Well, and I made the mistake
like
of
undergarments. It's like the undergarments that they wear. My cousin had a friend who was Mormon, and I did not understand the whole full
clean and
robing.
It's
under this clothing situation that was going on until we had to talk about it.
And I actually looked at it as incredibly like an attack against homosexuals, because I just sat there and thought, what poor gay Mormon is going to be able to wear those undergarments and pull off some hoochie shorts? Like, there's no chance. They come down to knee length. And it was just, the whole thing was sort of just a lot. And here's the thing, it felt to me a little bit like a scam, because they could only order from certain makers of the magic undies. So, and they're not magical, but they're like magical. So
I didn't know that part.
Yeah. Then it becomes kind of LL Ron Hubbard, right? It's like, oh, wait a minute. You got to buy the special underwear from the special underwear maker. And there's only so many of them. Like, does nobody see this as an MLM? Like, what's going on? How? So I don't know.
Yeah, Eva, I don't mock anyone's religion. I feel like anybody can be whatever religion they want. And all I do know about Mormons is that they're really nice people. At least all the ones
very nice.
Very incredibly nice.
Very nice.
Do
not
threaten my cousin's ex-husband. It was great.
Listen, and do not assign them to bring the alcohol, or you'll be sorely disappointed. Just saying. You don't want to assign that to a front row Baptist, and you don't want to assign it to a Mormon. So back row Baptists, weekend Baptists, they'll be your booze people every time. They're like, oh wait, I got a recipe for a paint can that'll knock you on your ass. But
underwear chat is unsurprising at this point.
I know. It truly was not to make fun. It's just I was thinking about it, and I thought of all the wild.
I've never heard of it. The different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Another one that's a little weird. I did stay at the Church of Scientology here briefly. Before
the one over by whatchamacallit?
City. Yes. My mom is a cheapskate. And so she was holding meetings for a coalition we were working on back in the day. And we were staying there, and I was like, this is like a weird convent. Where are we? It was over in New City, and I'm coming back from like getting my record, and there was a macaroni and cheese place I loved. And I'm like, where are we? And she's like, oh, this is a Scientology center. And I was like, I won't sleep tonight. I won't be going to the bathroom. I won't be getting naked. Like, I'll just stay in my clothes and lay on top of my bed with my arms crossed, because I assume Tom Cruise is watching me from some computer somewhere, ready to just, I don't know, do bad things to me.
What's Savion's head? Go to the back pew, Barrett.
Okay. What did I say? What did I do?
First of all, you just came for Tom Cruise. Somebody stop.
Is that bad? Is that 2022? Is that?
I love actor Tom Cruise. I don't know about him as a person, but I love actor Tom Cruise. He can act.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
I feel Patterson eyes coming.
No,
he's barely taller than a long.
Hold on, wait. Are we disputing that he can't act? I'm not saying anything about what he does personally.
I mean,
I have no comment.
This popcorn is so good.
Are we? Here's my.
Okay.
When we say act, do we mean like outside of an action film? Because that one he did with Nicole Kidman, where they were having sex with masks on, I was like,
we're not talking about that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. But in The Firm, he was good. Damn it.
He was.
And in A Few Good Men, he was good.
Agree.
He was good in A Few Good Men.
Agree.
But didn't he do Risky Business also? Wasn't that one of the ones that launched him?
He did.
Yeah.
He was also in The Outsiders.
Risky Business.
Does anybody remember him in The Outsiders?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about those movies. Not. I'm not a big Mission Impossible fan, so I haven't even seen those.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like The Firm, A Few Good Men.
I liked him in Jerry Maguire. That was the one where I was
yeah, Jerry Maguire.
You can't handle the truth. Oh,
but did we like him or did we just like his surrounding cast?
Exactly.
No, I like
more.
he did a good job in The Firm and in A Few Good Men. I'm talking about.
No, I'm talking about in Jerry Maguire.
Ooh, but The Firm, Holly Hunter stole the scenes for me in The Firm.
And Jack Nicholson.
Holly,
A Few Good Men.
Demi Moore.
Right, but Jack Nicholson had that one line. I mean, he played good the whole time, but I'm saying he couldn't have done that opposite anybody. I mean,
Edge of Tomorrow was good. I'm gonna agree with Lisa.
I haven't seen Edge of Tomorrow. Vanilla Sky confused me. I'm sorry. Vanilla Sky confused me.
Vanilla Sky didn't make sense. So
okay, so I'm glad I wasn't
the one where they kept reliving the day.
Yes, and he keeps dying.
See, again, I gotta ask Emily Blunt. Like for me, that was the better person.
I mean, well, one person doesn't make a movie by themselves.
Well, no, I get that. So I tolerate Tom Cruise for the Emily Blunt.
Well, the most memorable. Well,
here's what I'll say. I think Tom Cruise is very short.
That is correct.
This is such a hot take. I love it. I love that hot take.
Well,
I think he's fine.
To piggyback off of Barrett's hot take, I will also say that I think he suffers from LMS.
Oh yes, and
that little man syndrome
and LD.
And there you go.
Okay. So make sure I had that right.
He also has the little disease.
That's why Katie had to get out of there. Katie Holmes had to get out of there. She's like, I got to go.
This popcorn is good.
I was sitting there on that couch, like I know he didn't just jump on my couch.
That was weird. That was weird.
I'm like with his.
I'm pretty neutral on Tom Cruise, but that was weird.
I'm like
that was weird. That was really weird.
Shoes you wore outside.
And I remember that episode too. Watching it, I was like, "What the hell?"
I did appreciate him in Cocktail. There we go. We found one that I can't mention any other people. Although I did like Elizabeth Shue, but I liked him more than her.
I'm not as big a Tom Cruise fan as I thought I was because I haven't seen a lot of these.
Oh, that's funny.
No, he's been on a lot.
The Firm and A Few Good Men. Those are my movies from him.
I'm with you.
I habitually avoid Tom Cruise. Something about like the look in his eyes always just feels like he's a little. No, I no.
And
if he's in it, I don't watch it. He creeps me out.
Really?
Oh, who's an actor that creeps you out? You go first, Gwynna. Other than Tom.
Other than Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
I'm a marinate. We can rotate.
Tiffany got one because she's like.
Well, I don't know if it's so much she creeps me out, but like I've never really fully loved. Like, there's only one movie that I've ever, two if you count Superman, that I've ever really liked her in, but I always forget that she's the one who plays the mom in Superman, and that's Diane Lane.
Really? Oh my God! Really?
I don't know. There's something about her in movies. It just kind of I just feel weird. But I liked her in Under the Tuscan Sun, and like I said, I forget she's the one who plays the mom in Superman. But I like Superman or Man of Steel, so therefore, I guess I like her in that one.
Yeah, I think the one that creeps me out, and I don't know why, because I like the movies that he's in. What's that one actress's dad? I suddenly cannot think of his name.
Angelina Jolie.
Yes, John Voight.
Yes, John Voight.
Oh,
I think I like everything that he's acted in, but something about it.
It's funny how I knew.
But if we're gonna go there, Nick Nolte always seems a little weird to me too.
Listen,
Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is he kind of weirds me out.
Well, I don't
that Nick.
And if you look at his recent trouble with the law,
oh really?
No, nothing about
it. Maybe I'm thinking about the wrong one.
I don't mind the guy.
I'm sorry,
Jenna
wrong person.
Who?
But I full on the guy Jenna mentioned.
Oh,
Jenna Gordon, right? But I do agree. He plays creepy characters that just freak me out.
Actually, both Kevin Spacey and Nicolas Cage.
Well, okay, so Kevin Spacey was fine. Kevin Spacey, I never liked. I always was like, this dude gives me.
Wow, Morgan, really?
been great. Oh.
Wow. Clutch the pearls.
That's a very controversial take.
I know.
That was hot.
I
Oh,
like it.
oh, yeah.
Wow.
JC couldn't
Wow.
take it.
Man, take a
You know,
stand.
and here's the thing, who are we more upset about here? Because for me, it's Halle Berry, and then I was like, but Halle Berry did Catwoman, so
Hold up.
You
Yeah,
know?
I'm sorry.
Ooh,
Catwoman.
that's fair.
Losing
Wait.
Isaiah.
No, that was sad.
oh,
But
Okay,
she was
but, like-
good. But
but,
she
like,
was
hear
so
me
good
out.
at
Okay,
it.
I agree with her. What is it, 806? I agree with her about Halle Berry. I think Denzel can act, though.
No. Okay, first
But I'm
of
not
all,
positive that I think
first,
Halle Berry
both
can act.
of them are amazing. What?
Halle Berry will always have a special place in my heart because watching her as Catwoman was my sexual awakening
Okay.
as a bisexual woman.
Well, what's
Wow,
funny is
Dreamer.
but what's funny is acting wise, Catwoman was her worst movie. Actually, no, take that back. Monsters Ball was her worst movie.
And that is why I refuse to
That
watch
was-
it.
Oscar.
That's
Wow.
what she got the Oscar for because they wouldn't give it to her for all the other movies she deserved it for.
Yeah, I was
And
like,
that's why I
but-
refuse to watch it, because I don't think that she can act, but I don't want to take anything away from the fact that she
Oh,
is
I've
the
seen
only
Monsters
black
Ball,
woman that we
and,
have who is a best actor. Oscar
I gotta
winner.
say, at the time,
I'm
I
just
loved
saying.
her as Storm, but
Only
I
one.
am looking forward to
Me too. A new one.
I'm still on Morgan's. I can't unhighlight her comment because Denzel, John Q. I mean, I can't even Fences. I can't.
Malcolm X.
Huh? Malcolm
Malcolm
X. American Gangster.
Philadelphia.
I don't like American Gangster, but I do agree on
Won the
Philadelphia.
Oscar for, but
Philadelphia. Which, by the way, I watched that a few years ago with Ricky. It has not aged well. Like, that is not
Oh,
one.
I don't doubt it.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks said Philadelphia. He wouldn't do that same role again. He doesn't think that it was right for him to play that role then. I mean, looking back now, obviously, but things have changed. And he said he didn't think he was the right person that should have been playing that role.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm sorry. I'm still stuck. Morgan, we're going to have to talk backstage about this.
Yeah,
because
I agree. But I think at the
Like-
time,
I'm like, we need a moment.
I feel like at the time for him to have played that role for such a major actor to do that role was important. But I think I do understand that someone from the community probably should have done that role.
And just like
I
we
love
watched
Fabian,
was
and
the-
everyone on screen's heart broke.
Right, exactly. Everyone just, all of us, like, oh,
Hold up.
oh,
What? Hilarious? What?
yes.
Mhm.
Okay, hold on, wait. Can I ask Morgan a question? How many Denzel movies have you seen? Which ones have you seen? I just need to know what we're basing his non-acting on.
Well, no,
Have you
just said
seen
it wasn't
all
for
of his
her.
movies,
It wasn't
or
for her.
huh?
Some people don't like Tom
was
Hanks.
like, yeah,
though.
it's just not-
I do agree with that,
for
Jenna.
her.
You said some people like what?
She just wasn't for her. You know what I mean? She's like, it's just not for me.
No, but which one's not? her?
Oh, I was saying Jenna's statement about Tom Hanks.
No,
Like, I like Tom Hanks, but my aunt,
Right.
while she
Storm.
likes Tom Hanks, she is like, he's Tom Hanks in every movie he plays.
Yeah.
She's like, you were seeing Tom Hanks in everything he plays.
It's like, how do you not like him, though? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? In
He's
his
great.
life,
As a person, I think he's
well,
kind of
that's the same
interesting,
question
but
I
yeah.
asked Morgan about Denzel. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to go.
I wouldn't trust a boss who didn't like Tom Hanks too. That I'd be like, why?
My aunt even cracked
You
me.
watched
What was
Forrest
the movie
Gump and he
that
didn't
Tom
like
Hanks?
Tom Hanks.
What was the movie Tom Hanks was in where he was the captain with Captain Phillips? Was that it?
Forrest Gump? No,
No,
Captain
where he
Phillips
was the captain and
Castaway.
the
Castaway.
and
Was
the
it Castaway?
people come in and kidnap them.
Oh my gosh,
No, that's
Castaway
not
was so
Castaway.
good.
That's not
Oh my
Castaway.
gosh.
No, he was like, I think it's Captain Phillips.
I know which one
And
you're
like
talking about. I can't think
the
of
what is
name
it?
of
The Nigerians or whatever come in and kidnap him.
What is
The
name?
pirates.
Wow.
My aunt watches it and she goes, "The pirates have captured Tom Hanks." Like she forgets he's playing a character. She's like, "They
Okay.
got Tom Hanks. Oh no, what are they gonna do with it?" We were
So
like,
I
realized
"That's not who he is." She's like, "Whatever, it's Tom Hanks."
It's Tom Hanks. Okay, wait a minute.
I have one
Barrett,
that
did you say the actor that creeps you out?
Yeah, well, so Kevin Spacey was one of them, but the actor that I think creeps me out the most is probably. It's hard because it's like.
So many.
Oh, so two. I think one is the guy who, and I can't think of his name. He's the old guy, British actor who plays Hannibal Lecter in the Jodie Foster.
I know
What-
Anthony Hopkins?
Yeah, I know. Who you're
Yes,
talking
Hopkins.
He can do creepy really, really well. Like I would not want to be alone with him on a flight. Another one was Christopher Walken. Like
I can see that.
I don't know
Is it
that
the
I would.
voice?
It is voice. It's like I just don't want to be on an airplane and the last voice I hear is Christopher Walken. You know, like we're coming into some turbulence and then I'm dead. And then like that can't be the end. And then I'm trying to think.
You watched Remember the Titans and you didn't like Denzel. Okay. I'm struggling. Okay. I love you, Morgan. So, you know, to each his own.
Okay, but then who do we think can't act?
Well, so by the way, the most creepiest of the creepy though, who I also think can't act, is Woody Allen. I've never watched.
Oh yeah,
Oh
dude.
no,
He's
yes.
number one. Sorry, John Boy's number two. Woody Allen.
Like, there is never a Woody Allen movie I've watched that I'm like,
I
"He's
can't.
so
I don't
good."
like any of them.
I don't get them. I don't
don't-
know if I'm not smart enough. Like
I do like what's the one he did with Scarlett Johansson and Hugh Jackman?
I like Hugh Jackman. I like
Scoop.
Scarlett Johansson.
But again,
Didn't like
it's
him.
because of Hugh
I don't
Jackman
watch
and
the
Scarlett
Woody Allen
Johansson.
movies.
Like he could have
Wouldn't even
gotten
watch
out of
it
it
'cause he
like
was
way
in it.
early.
I can't watch Woody Allen stuff.
But yeah, Woody Allen is gross.
can't.
like, especially after watching that documentary, if y'all haven't watched it, I'll give you my HBO Go login and go watch it, and you'll be like, why did he not go to prison?
No, I'd rather not. Who's your favorite actor?
Favorite?
Oh,
James
God.
Patterson.
Slash actress.
Just teasing.
Favorite,
I'm just
favorite.
teasing. I'm just teasing.
I don't think I have a favorite, but I do have a tendency to collect. Well, back in the day, I had a tendency to collect Meg Ryan movies.
Oh, I love Meg Ryan. I love Meg Ryan. I love Sandra Bullock too.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah, I
bunch
like
of those as
Sandra
well.
Bullock.
I've always loved Sandra Bullock movies from Speed on. Actually, the Demolition Man on. Like, and
Oh, I
that
love Demolition Man.
I did too. I
like-
don't know why. It's
I
like
like the one where she played the recluse who worked at a computer all day long.
Oh, The Net.
that.
Yes, I
Yes.
love that movie.
Same. Oh, by the way, watching that one's hilarious now to like watch the internet. That it's like, oh wow,
Ooh,
this one's aged.
we forgot about Elise's person.
I like
Yeah,
him.
he's creepy too.
I couldn't figure out how to say the name. So
Rutger Hauer.
Ooh.
I think is how you say it.
what is he in? I don't know.
Rutger Hauer. Oh man, he's been in a bunch of stuff.
Him up real quick.
I don't remember any of it. I
While
just
you
remember
look
every time
him
he shows
I
up,
will
he freaks
say
me out.
That a
Isn't
couple
he a
of
hand- Oh, you know
couple
what?
of my favorite actresses / actors is Viola Davis.
Oh
and
yeah.
Julia Roberts and Samuel L. Jackson
Yes.
and Idris Elba.
I love that he's your one.
I'll just leave it at that. My list could go on forever, but
Let's do a separate one for who's your like celebrity crush or like your you'd leave your
okay. So if we take Idris out of that,
name him. Yeah, save that one.
we'll take Idris out then. I actually really like Wesley Snipes. I know some people kind of run hot and cold with him, but one of my favorite movies
He
that
might
I
be
just
somebody
watch
else
on
that
repeat.
can't act.
He also hadn't paid his taxes.
I don't care
Yeah.
about that. He
I
can't
like
act.
the movie Murder at 1600. It's one of my favorite movies. I watch it repeatedly. I've watched
Ricky
it
likes that
dozens
one
of
too.
times.
Oh.
So, and I
Okay.
used, yeah.
Brittany Murphy. Oh, R.I.P.
Oh, R.I.P. Yes.
I like her. She was good. She was so talented.
She was funny. That's so sad.
Other than
Yeah.
Titanic, I'm really not a Leo DiCaprio fan.
I'm not either.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
same for me. I
that
love,
was
I'm
her
not positive
too.
I've ever seen anything else
love Kate Winslet.
major that he's done that I've liked.
Oh, I do like me some Johnny Depp.
Did you
Really?
Great
Mhm.
Gatsby?
Cry baby.
I did like The Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
And Wolf of Wall Street was good too. I'm gonna give him. He was good in Wolf of Wall Street, but I don't think it was him that made
I
it.
didn't see Wolf of Wall Street, and I didn't like Great Gatsby. So
Talented
He's one of
Mr.
those few
Ripley.
actors that can actually make me cry.
Talented Mr. Wait a minute. Yeah, Talented Mr. Ripley is one of my favorite movies that Leo did. That was Leo, right?
No, that's
No,
Matt Damon.
that's Matthew.
Oh
Damon.
God!
Matt
Oh,
Damon and Jude Law.
why am
Yeah,
I confusing? I could have sworn it was Leo.
Yeah, and Jude
I
Law.
run hot cold with Jude Law.
Okay.
There's some
Hot
movies I
Cold.
really like him, and there's other movies I'm like, why?
I mean, I wouldn't kick him out of bed for eating popcorn in bed. I'm just gonna say.
I think I'm with you on that one, Tiffany. Like, why?
Yeah, I'm like, why? Did I really need you in this?
Robin Williams.
Oh, R.I.P.
Oh, I loved Robin Williams. Oh,
I love me some Robin.
Oh gosh, those are all good ones though. Jeff Bridges, yes.
Mhm.
I have not
You know who? Okay,
Wilder.
this is completely. This might be controversial because my cousin thinks that I'm fully insane. Barbara Streisand gets on my nerves no matter what she does.
Oh, you're not insane.
How dare you say that during Pride Month?
I'm like,
I know.
This may not be the month
I
to
know.
say that in. I will say I
But
don't
you
like
open
her in
this-
everything.
You open this Pandora box.
I don't like her
I'm
in
sorry.
everything. But what's that one old movie that she did?
They're all old now. Like,
Well, I mean,
I'm like that really narrows it down.
is
Funny
it
Girl?
Funny Girl?
Funny
No,
Girl?
is it?
Oh, I
Funny
really don't
Girl.
like her in Funny Girl.
I like her in that one. Oh my
what
god.
about Beaches? Wasn't she the one in Beaches?
Oh no, that's
No,
Bette
that's
Midler.
Bette
No,
Midler.
that's
Bette
Bette Midler. I
Midler.
like.
Oh my god, I love
Oh,
Beaches.
Love that.
Oh my gosh.
Gotta
I
love that.
Beaches.
But if we're
I
gonna
like
go
Funny-
one of
I like
best
Funny Girl.
contemporaries, I love me some Goldie Hawn.
Oh, what's that movie? Goldie Hawn. Oh my god, what's that movie?
Overboard.
Yes, thank you. You read my
Mhm.
mind.
Yeah.
Oh, Morgan, you are right. I did not mind Leo in Inception.
Oh, Shutter Island. No,
She found me
Shutter
another
Island.
one.
Shutter Island is good.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. That one was one oh yes, I did see the Hocus Pocus 2 trailer and I sent it to mom and my sister and I was like, we
Yes.
are doing this September 30th. Like, I don't care what you're doing, cancel your plans. September
Not a
30th.
huge
streaming
Hocus
event is
Pocus fan either.
What?
Tiffany, me and you, Tiffany. I'm not either. But to be fair, I'm not a huge. Oh,
We lost Barrett.
yeah.
We lost
Oh
Barrett.
God! Did he just do that? Come back, Barrett.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
You meant it.
I take it back.
Oh dear.
Hocus Pocus is great.
Wait, now I don't know what Tiffany's reasoning is, but I'm just really not. I'm not big on Halloween movies. Period. Like just Halloween themed movies. I'm not a Halloween person, so I don't know what Tiffany's reasoning.
It's fun.
I don't like
I
Halloween.
mean, like I just didn't. I think maybe for me though, it could have been because okay, I've been a huge part of the planner commit. I've been a huge part of the planner community for a very long time. And October hits, and they're like, Hocus Pocus. Oh my God, we have to watch Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus. So I went into it expecting it to be, I think, funnier than I found it. And maybe if I would have just watched it without the buildup, it might have been better to me. But I expected it to be something that was like, oh my gosh, I'm falling off the bed laughing, and I wasn't. So it's okay. It's just not the Halloween movie I would reach for.
I don't like Halloween movies.
I don't like scary movies.
I think it's fine. that we-
Unless it's Halloween Town. I like Halloween Town. Sorry, don't judge me.
Halloween Town is cute.
I think it's fine that we all have opinions.
Well, can you accept my differences because I don't like the general holiday themed
I
at
will
all?
I will have to learn to live with it. I'm working on how I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna work on it until next week.
I love sharing mermaids.
So I
Mermaids.
think the difference was
Oh,
I
you
watched
know
it
what
as
other
a kid. You had to watch it as a kid and like love it as a younger person, I think, to enjoy it the rest of the way through your life, like to make it an annual thing. Because I missed that. Nia, what was the movie, the first one you did? Princess Bride. I missed that as a movie when I was little. I never watched that. So when I went to rewatch it for when they were doing it on Nia's show, I missed like half of it. I mean, it was funny, it was good, but like all those jokes I've been hearing for years, like I never quite got it. And so it didn't it's not the same to me. So I think that's part of the hocus pocus thing. Now, I don't fault either of you that you were neglected as children and weren't given.
I'm sorry, Xavier.
I'm sorry. Wait, but why I gotta be neglected? I don't like Halloween stuff. Like, I'm a person who doesn't like scary stuff. I don't like Halloween themed anything for the most part, unless it's Halloween Town. But that's because it was cute. It was a cutesy kid movie. So
some would argue Bette Midler as a witch is cute, but I'm,
You know what, Barrett? Are you judging me? I feel judgment.
No. As I said, I started this with, we're all allowed to have incorrect opinions.
But and the way you said it was sarcastic as hell. But
it's not up to me to decide.
Did you say incorrect opinions? Did you say
which of these opinions are correct and not? And just because on this one you're wrong doesn't mean that we're always wrong. It's just that this time you are, and that's okay. Because we're in this together.
To be fair, I didn't say I didn't like the movie. I actually haven't seen it.
What?
Oh, I've at least seen it.
Come on.
Oh.
Are we coming back, Barrett?
I love that he leaves for dramatic effect.
So good.
I don't like Halloween movies. Like, I don't.
I love that Nia just put her favorite actresses in the chat.
It's nothing against Bette Midler or I just don't like Halloween.
I'm just kidding. It's not this serious. I just.
Oh, Angela Bassett. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Angela Bassett is always good.
I already said Viola Davis.
Yeah.
Octavia Spencer.
I love Octavia, so she's hilarious.
Yeah, I love her too.
I didn't mean to.
Can you even imagine someone going on and ripping my heart out on a stream and stomping it to death with their hooves, and then they tell us afterwards, "Oh yeah, I didn't even watch that trash."
I watched it.
Well, see, no, I never said. But see, I never. Tiffany said she watched it and didn't like it. I never said that. I said I didn't get the hype with Hocus Pocus, and I don't because I didn't watch it.
Completely accepted Tiffany's incorrect opinion. It is simply JC's that I cannot wrap my brain around, but I'm working on it. I haven't thought of Emma Thompson in a minute. I loved her as Nanny McPhee. Did anybody else see that?
Yes.
Because
so
can I explain? Because Esther is asking. Because Halloween Town is a kids movie. And it's really kiddie. Well, it's not presented that way in the trailers. It's not presented as a kids movie. I don't think kids movie when I see the trailer of Hocus Pocus. But Halloween Town is very clearly a kids movie, and I think kids movie when I see it. So I like kids movies sometimes. I'm a big kid.
I'm sorry. Can you go down to Morgan's comment at 8:23 and bring that to the fore?
No, I cannot. No. We're just gonna skip right over that one.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut
because how dare? I love you, Morgan, but that is, I'm gonna be on Barrett's train on that one. That is an incorrect opinion. You are allowed to have it. It is incorrect, but
don't let me rub off on you. I was trying to do the whole male thing.
I don't hate Gabrielle Union. I just
that way in the trailer. Okay,
find her good, always good at her craft. There you go.
Wow.
Sorry, Being Mary Jane, the entire series. That's just one of the things on her credit of.
In all fairness, I did not see Being Mary Jane, but I didn't watch Being Mary Jane because there was nothing about it that interested me.
That's fair.
No, it's not. I'm sorry. No, it's not. How about this? You watch Being Mary Jane, I'll watch Hocus Pocus.
I saw Hocus Pocus. I don't care if you watch.
I know, but no. The trade-off is I watch something I haven't watched. You watch something you haven't watched. That's the trade-off. You watch Being Mary Jane. I watch.
I'm not in that conversation. I don't care if you don't like Hocus Pocus.
Have you seen Bring It On?
Huh? Oh yeah.
Bring It On.
Oh, I've seen Bring It On.
Morgan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were shortchanged. I will say they were shortchanged in that one.
But I love.
I didn't say I don't. I even own like 3 movies of Gabrielle Union. I just don't always think she's really
I did
good.
hate how up until a certain point they always had her playing the angry black woman, and I did not like that.
Yeah.
That was how she
Yeah.
was always portrayed. It seemed like every movie she was angry and bitter. She played it well, but
Because I think I have like Bring It On. I have Two Can Play That Game. I have 10 Things I Hate About You.
That's one. That's an actress I'm not
I
a
may have
super fan of that people
another
love.
one.
10 Things
Really?
actress.
Julia Stiles.
Mhm.
I love her. Save the Last Dance.
I know.
Born movie. The Born movie.
I like Save the Last Dance, but it wasn't. I didn't love it because of her. Like she wasn't the one I loved it because of. Or,
Was it Kerry Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay, really? She wasn't even. I love Kerry Washington, but she was not. Okay. She's not the star of that movie.
Well, she let it in my eyes.
Yeah.
She had like a okay.
I know, Esther. I know. We'll talk about it Saturday. I'm sorry. I don't dislike Styles.
What happened?
I just like it. She's never been my fave in any of the movies she's in. Julia Stiles. I don't dislike.
That's one of the ones you said you don't like.
I don't. Okay, let's clarify. I don't like hate her as an individual. I just like when watching a movie, I would pick her out as like, oh, I love her. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, okay. I thought she was on the list of actors you do like, and you said Julia Stiles. Okay, I was incorrect. Sorry.
I do like Reese Witherspoon.
I do too.
I think she's adorable.
Yeah, same.
And I'm trying to think of somebody I may like that's controversial.
Yeah. She's got good range, Reese.
Who? How do you feel about someone who's not controversial?
Wait a minute. Who?
Reese.
How do we feel about who?
Oh yes, I love Reese Witherspoon.
I said she's got good range of the type of characters that she plays.
Yeah. Barrett said somebody. He asked, how do we feel about who?
Well, no, Gwynna, you were going first. You go.
I was going to say someone who's not controversial, but is a good actor, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh,
yeah, he's adorable.
Like uplifting artists.
Who is that?
I'm gonna have you Google it because he's got a real cute face.
500
he was in Inception, and he was in.
I didn't watch Inception.
50 Days of Summer.
Or 50
Days of Summer.
50 Days of Summer, whatever it was.
It was the first actor to come out like, hey, that's problematic.
Yeah, he was in a Batman movie of some sort.
Mm-hmm. I don't watch Batman.
Oh yeah, he was. It was one of those ones with Christian Bale.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He also kind of skeeves me out.
He is very cute.
Ever since American Psycho, I'm just like, nope, don't trust you.
Yeah.
Don't
like, what other movies that we got here? Because I'm still like, who?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. 10 Things I Hate About You. He was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, he was. He was the character dude.
Because I've seen that one.
Bye, Nia.
He's in that. I don't know the name.
I'm still here. I just want to scarf down some crackers, okay?
Okay.
Scarf.
You know what?
I just have my.
I feel like we are 3 hours in here. Hold on.
Yeah.
3.5. Okay, everyone. We're gonna wrap it up now. And since we forgot to do intros, my fault. We're gonna try to remember to do outros. Nia, take it away.
Me.
There.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hi, everybody. You all know who I am. However, what do I have coming up this week? Tomorrow, my story premieres for Pride and Prejudice. So check out that playlist. It should be on my channel already. If you want to be there at 6 a.m. when it premieres, I won't be there. But if you're there, tell everybody hey for me. Saturday is, oh boy, Nia, I need you to help me figure out how to say it. Writertown Garlosia. Garlosia on Saturday, and I am from 4 to 6. Nia is another time, which she'll tell you about.
Sunday at 10, I think.
Yes. So we're doing fun things, unlike writing things. So come and do those things.
I think I'm going to be on Grayson right after yours. There.
Yes. Yes.
It's going to be a fun time. We had a great time last time. It's going to be fun.
Esther is on with me. JC is on with me. Tiffany, I asked, but I don't think you could because you had some.
I think I might be okay.
Okay, then I have your picture, so I can throw you on there.
Let me full on double check with the dude, and then I can tell you for sure. But I'm pretty positive I'm okay.
Cool. Ellen's on there with us. It's gonna be great fun.
Yeah, I missed the struggle bus.
Struggle bus. That's me.
That's the struggle bus.
You can come on with us, Mia. You're always welcome.
If I have a chance, I will. But because I know you sent out invites, and I was like, I don't think I can make it to the struggle bus. I'm struggling just to make it to Graceland on Saturday. So the struggle bus will be real. So maybe I will hop on. Yeah.
I mean, you know where I'll be. You know where to find us. That's me. So I hope to see you all.
Hi guys, I'm Tiffany. TLRS Lifestyle. We'll be doing.
I love that your head is just floating occasionally.
When I have back spasms, I'm completely out of it, y'all. So, let's see.
Michael again.
We will be doing PJs and Scribbles tomorrow, pre-camp edition. We're doing all kinds of fun stuff, and I think I said I would do at least one, maybe two spurts. But we're gonna chat. We got some games. I'm not gonna say there's a bingo, but there might be. I will be on other people's streams over the weekend. I think Nia's, possibly Barrett's, maybe Gwynna, and
we're with Gwynna Friday. I forgot
that.
But
yeah, I think so.
You are all with me Friday.
Yeah. I'm gonna be at the AWC, the Arthur Tube Writing Conference. I'm talking. And,
Go to bed.
I think that's all I got.
You make videos. Sometimes I'm on Instagram.
Oh yeah, I'm on Instagram too, and KoFi.
All their links are below, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, and to answer Morgan's question, PJs and Scribbles will be shortly, but funnily rebranded S'mores and Scribbles through camp.
Love it.
There you go.
I love that.
I don't know if I'll have s'mores tomorrow, but if I can come up with it, maybe.
You're making me crave s'mores. I should go upstairs and get some.
Is that an option?
For me? Yes.
I want to know where you live.
Atlanta. It's always s'mores weather out here.
We always have s'mores too. I could literally go down and make some if I wanted to.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I have chocolate and I have marshmallows. I don't have graham crackers. So I could make half of s'more. I could make s'more filling.
The best part, who likes the graham cracker?
I do.
Yeah, when it's all together, Bear, just trust me. When it's all together, it's just.
We could make some more popcorn. See what I did there? But we also
that's cute.
We could also make s'mores popcorn.
Okay.
Gwynna.
Hi. I'm Gwynna. You can find me everywhere at Gwynna the Winna. All my stuff launches on July 1st. That is Friday. I'm super excited. You will get to see all of these wonderful people, plus Desiree, on my Friday stream at 9. My first YouTube video premieres Friday at 8:45, and I would like to see you all there. Yay! Thanks. I was rehearsing that in my head this entire time.
You did great.
Ooh, good. And I'm Nia, the Vixen of Fiction. You can find me under Vixen of Fiction here on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram. If you find me on Twitch, I won't respond. Go to Instagram. I'm just letting you know. I am going to be hosting a writer's wrap-up on Friday, the 1st. So it's a Camp Nano kickoff wrap-up, and that'll be at 4. And then I'll be on Writertown Junction with everybody all weekend, or actually 24 hours. So
I know.
Ooh.
Wait a minute, that thing's going for 24 hours?
Straight.
Yes, 24 hours straight.
Oh, 12.
From noon to 12:30 the next day. And let's see. Oh, for July, I'm going to be doing Camp Nano sprints. So Night Right is back. We'll be at the campfire doing our sprints on Tuesday night at 7 Eastern. And I'm also participating in Jane Austen July, which is going to be super fun. Me and Margaret are going to be streaming at 4:00 on Wednesdays. We'll be doing writing sprints. I might do a watch party. She's going to do some flash fiction. It's going to be a lot of fun. So
I saw your video today, and I am
my gosh,
obsessed with your box set. Like, I want that
I
now.
love it so
I want the
much.
old one that she's donating.
I loved all the colors, and then I
Yes,
didn't
it's
know
so
they were
pretty.
hardback.
It
And then
feels
you pulled
good.
it out, and it had the little
The ribbon,
page
yes.
marker, and I was like,
That's in my video. It's the first thing you see in the video, so you don't have to watch the whole video. But if you stay till the end, you'll see I didn't get to finish the video because Loki was having a play date and the dogs took over.
So stay to the end for that watch time.
Did you mention AuthorTubes React?
So AuthorTubers React is going to be on the 23rd. So if you would like to join us, let me know if you're available Saturday the 23rd. And at the end of the month on the 31st, we're doing Scripting the Book. We're doing Clueless and Emma. So if you want to read and watch those things, you can come hang out with us and we can talk about it. Or if you watched a long time ago and you just want to talk about it.
did you mention Arthur's wrap-up?
Yes.
Okay.
And speaking of mentioning, Tiffany, did you mention your podcast?
I didn't, because I didn't get the podcast done today. It'll be done.
I still haven't done my blog.
There's backlist. Go watch
yes, there are This Great Life. Go listen to the podcast. It's great.
Go.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did there. And I'm author JC Carpenter, and I have writing blogs and a whole bunch of other stuff on my channel. I have a blog, I have an online magazine, I have an online store, and I don't know what else. I'm tired. I have books, and all of that stuff is linked down below.
Magazine
and a KoFi. I said magazine already. See, KoFi page. All of these lovely people have KoFi pages. Gwynna's KoFi page launches in July, along with everything else. So when she launches that and gives me a link, I can throw her links on there for her KoFi. And
I need you to start saying in 2 days.
Oh, wait. Also, real quick, I'm also going to be I'll be with Nia from Writers Wrap Up on Friday, and then later that night with Gwynna, and then I'll be on Barrett's channel for stream for the Write-a-thon. And I think that's it. Go ahead, Nia.
One more thing, I re-upped my Amazon affiliate. So if you watch one of my videos and you're interested in something, because I don't know how long I have before it's gonna boot me out.
So buy something. I'll do it too, because I have to buy something.
Oh, thank you. No pressure. Just if you have.
I wish I had known.
Click through, and you don't have to buy the thing that she's affiliate linking. It's really important. Just use the link. So if you've got anything to buy on Amazon toothpaste, just use the link and then do the purchase, and it'll still count towards her affiliate.
Yeah, I would really appreciate it, so I don't have to redo it again.
Okay. No problem. I'll find something to go buy.
Yeah, I'm so bad. I'm so bad at
I am now a StreamYard affiliate.
Ooh.
Yeah. So if anyone needs StreamYard, before you pay for it on your own, go to Tiffany's, or if you don't like us, pick a creator you like who does it, and use their StreamYard link, because it really does help them out, because it lowers the cost that they have to pay each month.
Yes, Savion. The journal is still pinned. Yes, Savion. The journal is still pinned at the top of the chain. I'm sorry. Yes. So if you don't know, Savion has a journal that is.
That's what I'll buy.
And he has a paperback version and a hardback version. The way my budget is set up, I had to get the paperback version, but it's a really nice book. So it's pinned at the top of the chat if you guys want to check it out. And
wait a minute, the affiliate link though, and this is just for any of you guys, does it have to be something that they ship? Because I buy a bunch of ebooks. So if I buy ebooks through your affiliate link, will that count?
Correct. Yes. And in fact, ebooks are some of the most lucrative for us, because you get higher percentages based on what you sell. So like for me, I make more on ebooks than I make on if someone buys a physical book, because I can usually sell more ebooks.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to start linking.
Then when I buy ebooks, I
was going to say, every time you do a film adaptation show, you should link them. You know what I mean? You should, because in case someone were to buy it, why not? I do that for anybody on my show that has books. I list their books, because if someone chooses to buy it, I may get not much, but 10 cents, 15 cents on a $1 book or whatever. So,
and you can link the movie and the book.
Correct.
The movie counts too?
anything, posters. Cool. Yeah, I mean anything you can think of that fits the bill, use. And then I always go ahead and list at the bottom for this is just a tip for the Amazon affiliate thing. I always list Kindle Unlimited and the different options they give you to sign up for it, because again, any ongoing stuff helps the creator more than a one-time purchase, obviously. So like StreamYard or YouTube or TubeBuddy or vidIQ or Kindle Unlimited or any of those monthly services, Canva affiliate links, anything like that, that gives the creator that you buy it through their link every single month. They get that over and over and over.
Oh, that's amazing.
Okay. So, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and same with StreamYard. So like that's why I said use Tiffany's StreamYard affiliate.
It'll be up tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, give it time. But yeah, so for instance, like I only have, because I finally looked it up, I only have 4 people that have used my StreamYard affiliate link, but I only pay $5 a month, right? So like it doesn't take that many people to bring down your cost.
That's really cool.
Oh, cool.
The things you learn.
Can you get an affiliate link as a free StreamYard user, or do you have to be a paid StreamYard user to get an affiliate link?
Tiffany got it.
I'm free.
Oh, okay, cool.
But okay, I'm also very confused because the affiliate link that they sent me, they made it sound like I got paid because I had to put in my PayPal.
Oh,
so I don't know if that's different than, because they also, there's a referral link that you can do, and then that gives you money towards, it looks like that gives you money towards like your payment.
I'll try to find the affiliate, because I think it changed. I think the affiliate changed because we talked about this before, Tiffany, and I went and looked it up, and I got an email back in January that they were changing their policy and that it was going to change how they paid it out. So, and that some of us that had it before we didn't get paid out until ours was free is no more. So I'll go and look when that was, because I bet that's why. I think some of us that had it before get to keep it where it deducts it from what we pay. And then the moment it's all like paid for, then we start getting paid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, since we've all done our outros, I will hit the button and say bye, everyone. Come back and see us next Tuesday.
Bye.